at Acrisure. Duh. Pitt's at noon. Clemson, that'll be a good crowd. There'll be tailgaters. But they won't be nuts. I have the unique perspective, as many of you do, as I have a daughter at Pitt, and she's in a sorority, and they have tailgate stuff. It's actually very, as the kids say, chill. It just is. It's actually fascinating, the dichotomy of the two events. The Pitt tailgates and the Pitt games are a lot more subdued. And maybe because they don't sell out, maybe because they're younger, so they're not hammered. I'm not quite sure, but I've been to several Pitt tailgates. I have not seen one person even close to drunk. I'm being serious. I've been to several Pitt games. I haven't seen one person saying anything foul. I haven't seen one fight. Nothing. And the parking lot's like moms and dads and their kids. It's actually cool. And we bring our kids to the tailgates. It's actually very chill, as the kids say. Conversely, the tailgates at Steeler games, they've gone mad, and this is across the NFL. This is the thing now. It's like a cultural, social thing. A lot of these guys have made money from tailgates. It's turned into a friggin' business. I'm not exaggerating. With DJs and bands and grill, and then they sell you something. Well, the tailgate that Colin was talking about, they got 3 big stars coming. Well, those guys don't do that stuff for free. So they're paying people to come to tailgates, and then you got to pay to the tailgate, which is all well and good if you own the damn parking lot and you own the spaces. But then when you don't, what you do is you irritate everybody else trying to have a good time. And then it has to be managed. And then you got to have cops and bouncers. I'm serious. Then you got people hammered, and then there are fights. It gets ugly. Which brings in my man, someone I've known and respected for a hell of a long time. A hell of a long time. Merrill Sabile, good morning, my man. How are you?
Good morning, Marty. It's good to talk to you.
Well, my man, the game has changed dramatically, hasn't it, in our time as Steeler fans and as residents of this great town? It's changed, hasn't it?
Well, yes and no. I mean, I think the only thing I would maybe disagree with you is I really got to give credit to 90% of the Steeler fans. They've really come to do this more responsibly. I'm not saying that your characterization of both Steeler fans and Pitt fans isn't pretty accurate, but they've learned how to do it better and in a more responsible way over the last 10 years.
I don't know, man. I know you own property over there and you have a stake in this, but I've seen a lot of hammered people in those parking lots. And actually, for most Steeler games, I don't want to be around it because it gets so old. But to my point, though, Merrill, it's kind of turned into mayhem to some degree because some people bring more than just the family and a grill and a couple beers. They bring a business model, do they not, sir?
Well, that's correct, and that's where we had to step in and try and control that a little better.
Right? And what's happening that you need to control? Because I've seen this. It's actually crazy what's happened. Tell us.
Well, the bottom line is, it doesn't first of all, conducting an enterprise of any kind within the parking lot, whether it's for profit or whether it's for charity or break even, that's really inconsequential to us. The issue is the amount of people that it draws. And when you have 400 or several hundred people, it becomes a crowd control problem.
Right on.
The people spill out into the streets, and it becomes, a problem for, all the surrounding, not just customers, but the police have even said to us, they're spilling out into the streets, into the intersections, and someone's going to get hurt.
Merrill's right. What's happened is it's created this business, and like he says, Merrill doesn't care if you're making money in there. That's not his business. It's a couple hours, move on. But what happens is it gets crazy, and then it creates mayhem, and then it creates angst, and now they're saying they're getting screwed around, but that's not true, Merrill, is it, sir? You're asking them just stay within the confines of the spaces you have, sir, right?
That's true, Marty, and we're trying to be consistent. And, to give Kevin Adams some credit, I think he was trying to do all the right things, by cleaning up and having his own security and, but at the same time, 400 people is 400 people. And, there's just not enough room there. Yeah. And, by the way, I think the spot he's moving to is a terrific one. And I'm glad he found it because I think he's a decent guy. And his, he's trying to do, just trying to enjoy the spirit of the tailgates. And, up there around Nova Place. That's less in an area where thousands and thousands of both vehicles and pedestrians converge. That's ground zero is where he was, moving up to Nova Place. He's a little bit off the beaten path, but still close enough. And they gave him half the lot. So, it's going to make a lot more sense. And I hope that he has just as much enjoyment up there.
Merrill Sabile with Alco Parking. Hey, what's your word to people coming to these tailgates? What's your message to people setting up at these tailgates? What do you want them to know, sir?
Really, the rules haven't changed that much, Marty. And like I say, most of the people do it the way that it was originally anticipated. And that's just, a few people. And Colin asked a good question yesterday. Well, how many is too many? Well, it's easy, in my opinion, because, 100 people or something is definitely too many. But if you have 10 or 15 people around, that's okay. That's not going to get out of hand.
It's not that difficult. You have a space. And once you leave that space, it's a problem. So if you fit 20 people in that space, you're cool. But if you have 400 people in that space, it ain't happening, and that's a problem. You're not trying to annoy people. You're actually trying to protect the sanctity of other people's trying to have a good time, right?
Yeah, well, we're looking at it as we have a responsibility to all the people that are customers. And, we're not trying to, we get occasional complaints, not really Kevin Adams' group, but some others where, people were basically felt very uncomfortable around
AB's party, man. Got out of control. Come on.
Absolutely.
Yep. Antonio Brown's party was obnoxious. It got a little dangerous. It got ridiculous, and that was too much, was it not, sir?
Absolutely. And by the way, politics has nothing to do with this.
No.
This is about crowd control, safety, and being fair to the fans overall.
Merrill Sabile. Hey, Merrill, the game has changed, though. You really do have a much smaller space by which you can do any of this stuff, and it keeps getting smaller. That's pretty true, too, isn't it, sir?
You're absolutely right, Marty. And, the reality of it is that economics often dictates that the highest and best use for land is sometimes going to be more than just a parking lot.
Right on. And that's the way it is. Hey, you don't go to tailgates, do you?
No, I don't.
Hell no. I think I've seen you there a couple times after the events, helping with cleanup, and you're like, man, look at this. And I'm like, yeah, Merrill, I ain't coming to this crap. Kenny Chesney comes to mind, Merrill. All right, my man.
You have a good day, Marty.
Oh, man. I love the concept of the tailgate if it's controlled, but Patrick mentioned this morning, and everybody dances around this. This has more to do with AB and his shenanigans and the idiots there that ruined it for everyone else than the young man who's actually having a good time, but has found a much better place to play. All right? All right. Love Merrill Sabile. Very successful parking lot entrepreneur. From the P.J. Fitzpatrick Home Improvement Traffic Center, AAA Traffic, powered by Bowser. Ellen Gamble, what's up?
All right, Marty, what's up is we have a pretty calm portion of the rush hour. I guess you could say the rush in a lot of places is finished, and we're just kind of seeing some delays as you approach the tunnels. Parkway East inbound for the Friday morning commute, wherever you're headed, is just between Edgewood, Swissvale, and the Squirrel Hill tunnels where you'll find those brake lights. Parkway West inbound does have some bunching for you right around that Banksville on-ramp as you try to head for the Fort Pitt tunnels. Big heads up, traveling 51 northbound's ramp to Interstate 79 in Robinson Township this weekend. You will need to go around a posted detour. That ramp is closing at 7 tonight through 6 on Sunday. Now, the Neville Island ramp, exit number 65 from northbound 79 to Grand Avenue, is going to be part of the detour. It's closed right now for construction, but will reopen by 7 tonight to serve as part of that detour. With AAA Traffic, I'm Ellen Gamble on 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
All the news you need for your day and the sports, music, and podcasts you love are all on the free Odyssey app. Download now.
This portion of the show is sponsored by Awaken 180 Weight Loss. Visit them at awaken180weightloss.com.
So we needed 2 refrigerators. 2. And Voss TV delivered. And I'll tell you what, their service is unbelievable. And the kindness. And by the way, the deal you get is unbelievable. Voss TV is one of those family-owned businesses that makes your need for an appliance very personal. I've had family and friends get their appliances, and they love it. I have business associates that get their appliances, and they love it. Why? Because they take care of them, and they have everything available. Voss TV and Appliance. 412-650-VOSS. We use them all the time. 2 refrigerators, 1 time. 412-650-VOSS.
If you have COPD, here are some reasons to go see your pulmonologist again. 1, those flare-ups you keep having, they have the chance to cause permanent lung damage. 2, we now know a certain type of inflammation can cause flare-ups for some people. And 3,
when can I see Grandma?
need more reasons? Visit www.livewithcopd.com.
Hi, this is Father Tom Burke of the Diocese of Pittsburgh. Join me for Catholic Education Plus as we feature the Pittsburgh chapter of the National Black Catholic Congress. Catholic Education Plus airs this Sunday morning at 6:30 and is sponsored by Sam and Judy Spanos and the Diocese of Pittsburgh.
Get Marty, brought to you by the law firm of Rosen and Perry. No slogans or gimmicks, just results.
Celebrate the holidays with Oliver Flowers. Family owned for 95 years. Always open for easy ordering at oliverflowers.com, where you'll find arrangements, orchid plants, European gardens, and more gift ideas too. Go to oliverflowers.com today.
Serious savings at your local Par-Mar store. Dan's angrily reminding you to download the Par-Mar Stores app and save big. Get 3 cooler beverage items with your Par-Mar rewards card and get 10 cents off per gallon of gas. And remember, if there's not a Par-Mar store near you now, there will be soon.
Hear about it, then talk about it. 100.1 FM and AM 1020, KDKA.
I have no horse in the race regarding the tailgaters. However, we've gone to a couple Pitt games this year and a couple Steeler games, and it's dramatically different. And you know what? The young man that Colin was interviewing, he was actually very cool. And even Merrill admitted that. He had a good thing, but the crowds are just too big. You take a space and you fill the space, and then you start irritating all the people that pay for the spaces around you, and then they start complaining. The person who ruined it is shocking. AB. I'm not kidding. They had hundreds of people. They had DJ booths. They got rowdy. He was doing Merrill, you heard Merrill talking about the politics. Merrill doesn't care about politics. He cares about doing the Trump thing, and people are getting hacked off, and they ruined a good thing. They just did, and so it goes. But the truth of the matter is that the space kept getting smaller because, as Merrill said, I own a piece of property. A guy comes in and says, I'll give you, $20 million for the piece of property, or you can keep a parking lot there. Oh, where's my check? And so there's less and less space and less place to party. But there's a different environment. A different environment when it comes to Steeler games and tailgating. Too many drunks for me. The stadium's cool. Once you're in there, if you have a problem, you text this number. They come and take the people out. I have no patience. I've never been a drinker. I've never been drunk at a sporting event. I can't stand it. It irritates me. Especially when I was with my wife and there's people dropping F-bombs behind us. And I said something to one of the guys. He said, F you, I come to one game a year and I can say whatever I want. Okay. You know what I mean? So then you're thinking, what should I do? Grab this guy because he's dropping F-bombs and spitting in my ear because he's drunk, or just listen to him being a jag-off for the next 3 hours? You know what I'm saying? And the tailgate situation is kind of obvious. If you go to the games, as you get down toward people are everywhere drinking now, everywhere drinking. I have no interest in the drinking culture. I just don't. I can't stand it. I can't stand loud. I can't stand out of control people. I hate it because then they start yelling at each other and they get in fights. And what you've done with the tailgaters, it's just what's happened is there are fewer places to tailgate, so you got them all packed in now, so they all get irritated with each other. They bring in their trucks, and then they bring in their stupid grills, and they bring in their stupid campers, and, hey, it's my space. I got this space. No, you got that space. You jag off. Then the cops get involved. I know a bunch of cops that work these games. They hate it. Merrill's right again. Most of the people are wonderful. It's probably 5% of them that are morons. But and it's exacerbated by alcohol. It just is. My biggest issue with tailgates, if you're going to a tailgate and you're going to a game, so what happens is you go to the tailgate, and let's say you're there for an hour and a half. Let's say you drink 3 beers, which seems kind of sort of normal. Then you spend half of the game at least in line in the men's room waiting on a urinal. It just makes absolutely no sense to me at all. I would rather stay at home than deal with any of this ridiculous behavior, whether it's at a bar over there. I was the same way in college, by the way. I just don't have capacity to manage people acting like idiots. And I don't care what their excuse is. I don't care if they're young. I don't care if they're dumb. I don't care if they never drank before. I just don't. I just don't want to mess with it. And I like what Meryl Stabile's doing. And if some of you folks that wanted to turn tailgates into a big business model for yourself, it's a bad model. It just is, man. And I'm going to tell you why. Because here's what happens anytime. And by the way, the young man that Colin interviewed had a better idea. He has it controlled. He has his own security. The AB thing was a bomb ready to go off. It eventually leads to some sort of fight. It eventually leads to the cops coming. And with enough people drunk, it could get worse. A lot of folks don't go to Steeler games at all because they don't want to jack with even walking through those idiots that are hammered. It's just the truth. Grown men getting hammered, partying like rock stars, and then going to a game, and they're just loud and proud. Hey, I pay for this. Hey, I got the right to this. To hell with you. And generally, I'm with my wife. I don't want to get in a fight. Generally, I'm with my son, who's 14, or my daughters, who are teenagers, not really interested in fighting you over a parking space or over whether you're a Steeler or Ravens fan. I just don't care. These stadiums do a hell of a job in managing this now, but I don't have the tolerance or the patience for morons. And if your business model is we're going to bring 500 people to a Steeler game and charge them and hope for the best, folks, that's an accident waiting to happen. It is. It's an accident waiting to happen. And it's not worth it. If you don't like it, don't do it. You know, if you want to have a couple beers, have a couple beers. But that's that. All right? All right. This from friends. My cell phone's blowing up. I might have done that when I was 21. How old are these people? They're grown men acting like children. From one of my friends. Steeler games are brutal to attend. The ins and out. Drunks. Obnoxious. I turn down invites every season. Same with me. My wife went to Ohio State in games in Columbus like Pitt. They're so much better. I agree. 100%. I have no tolerance or patience for any of it. None. Zero. Go ahead, man. What's up, David?
Hey, thanks much. Now, I just wanted to tell you, I wasn't even planning on calling in, but when I heard what you were talking about, you nailed it 100 on an accident waiting to happen, because I used to own bars, and I've since sold them. I just got too old for that. But these kids, well, that's why bars can't get insurance.
That's right.
We have a very controlled environment. But when you have these idiots out there, the first accident, it could be a slip and fall. It doesn't even have to be a brawl.
That's right.
They're done.
Done.
There's going to be attorneys all over the place.
All over the place.
It's very stupid.
And then a fight, and then a stabbing, then the cops are called, and then all of a sudden your little party with 400 people in wristbands at a Steeler game is now a big lawsuit, and the party's over.
Exactly, and you're going to be spending tens of thousands on attorney fees.
It ain't worth it. Thanks, brother.
Have a great weekend.
All right, man. Hey, man, you want to get hammered at Steeler games, knock yourself out. Just stay away from me and my family. And I respect and admire any entrepreneur that can make money from an event, but you got to understand that there are other people involved, and that's when the problem gets really ugly.
Pittsburgh has many best, and Pittsburgh's best deli by far is Food for Thought. Paul Martino here. Folks trek to Food for Thought because it's fresh, authentic, and delicious. They make their own corned beef. It's by far the best in town. Have it today as a sandwich, or order Food for Thought's mouth-watering corned beef Reuben, rated one of Pittsburgh's best. Visit Bob the Deli King. Food for Thought, North Craig Street, hands down. Pittsburgh's best deli. It's worth the trip.
Maybe the most amazing thing that Robert Levin and Levin Furniture do is this amazing program we have right now. They're having 5 families in need, providing them with free furniture this holiday season, this Levin's Furniture for Families program. He announced it on this show, helping a deserving family. Go to the Get Marty section of KDKRadio.com, nominate a family. Get Marty section of KDKRadio.com, nominate a family. 5 families will get $5,000 worth of furniture, Levin Furniture, and a $500 gift card. Details at KDKRadio.com.
Not completing high school is more of a social thing than it was an academic thing. Even though all these years have passed, I still had that longing to have my diploma.
At age 30, Carissa finished her high school diploma.
If you're even considering getting your high school diploma, you can do it.
No one gets a diploma alone. If you're thinking of finishing your high school diploma, you have help. Find free adult education classes near you at finishyourdiploma.org. That's finishyourdiploma.org. Brought to you by the Dollar General Literacy Foundation and the Ad Council.
From the Aetna Medicare Solutions Studio.
Proud to be the voice of Pittsburgh. 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
It's 49 and some fog at 10:30. I'm Paul Rasmussen. Bloomfield residents and business owners brought their concerns about crime to a community meeting with police last night. The officers heard about increasing package thefts from porches and vehicles. This man said the lack of a police presence is part of the problem.
It's unconscionable to us that on Liberty Avenue, these criminals have the guts to just smash open the window. We feel like nobody's paying attention, and it's deeply concerning.
A police lieutenant told residents the department is trying to bring back a beat system, but an obstacle is a lower than ideal number of officers. Patrols are being added in Bloomfield with more of them at night starting next year. Looks like the weather will be good for this weekend's football games. AccuWeather's Joe Lundberg says both days on Saturday and Sunday should be dry.
Yeah, I don't think we have to worry about any kind of rain. And relatively mild both days. Should be in the 50s without any problems, maybe even low 60s on Sunday.
Joe says the mild condition should continue through the middle of next week. Kennywood's Holiday Lights kicks off tonight, and the amusement park says it offers more to see than ever before. Here's News Radio KDKA's Tamira Rush.
Holiday Lights is kicking off its 13th season and is expected to feature more than 3 million bulbs and Pennsylvania's tallest Christmas tree on display. From classic theme park rides, meet and greets with Santa, a light show, and a walkthrough experience. Starting tonight, the park will open on Fridays from 5 p.m. to 9 p.m. and on Saturdays and Sundays 3 p.m. to 9 p.m. through December 23rd. From December 26th through January 1st, the park will open daily. Pre-order tickets start at $19.99. Regular tickets are $44.99 with a $5 discount for purchasing online. Tamira Rush, News Radio, KDKA.
On Wall Street, the Dow is down 283 points at 43,468. The Nasdaq down 353 points, and the S&P is down 69. KDKA Radio News Time 10:31. Our next update at 11 on the Voice of Pittsburgh News Radio KDKA.
Did you know your skin is the largest organ of your body? Huh? That's why you should shower with Old Spice Super Hydration Body Wash instead of plain old bar soap. Love your skin by super hydrating it with vitamin B3 and glorious notes of vanilla and shea. Did you know that my super hydrated skin is the second largest organ of my body? The first is my heart. Old Spice. Men have skin too. Old Spice Super Hydration Body Wash. 24/7 renewing moisture. With daily use.
Everywhere you look, things are getting more expensive. So at Consumer Cellular, we're lowering the price for those 50 and up. Now you can get unlimited talk, text, and data for $30 a line when you buy 2. That's just $60 a month for 2 unlimited lines. So if you're 50 and up, make the switch and save. Come on, you've earned this. Call 1-888-FREEDOM. or visit consumercellular.com today. Requires 2 lines of service, age validation, and credit approval, subject to system and area limits, taxes, and other fees apply.
Look, Julian Gray and I became good friends when my parents passed. And in those difficult times, I'll tell you what he did. He got us through it. Seriously, with estate planning, unbelievable. With managing the taxes, unbelievable. With a will, unbelievable. This is what they do. Folks, they're certified elder law attorneys, and they are committed to helping you with legal issues and protecting your family. Julian Gray is the best I've ever known. I have gone in his office in a frenzy, worried about taxes, about the estate, about how to manage money, about how to manage my future. And Julian Gray and his people answer those questions. They're the best going. GrayOuterLaw.com, GrayOuterLaw.com. 412-458-6000, 412-458-6000. The best.
Battles aren't won solely on the field. That's a common misconception. Battles are won within, over enemies of fear, enemies of doubt. In that place where promises are kept. Promises to oneself.
This is a physical training event.
Promises to one's community.
Helping people move debris out of their house.
Promises to one's country. In the heart of every Marine, you'll find a promise. A promise forever kept. A promise of battles won.
From the P.J. Fitzpatrick Home Improvement Traffic Center, AAA Traffic powered by Bowser. Ellen Gamble, what's up today?
All right, what's up today? And right now, Marty, is a pretty light commute. If you're just setting out and trying to make your way through downtown, for example, the company is not too congested, if you will. Parkway West inbound is still a bit sluggish for you right around that Banksville on-ramp as you make your way into the Fort Pitt tunnels. And the Parkway East has a step on the brake lights for you in between Edgewood, Swissvale, and the Squirrel Hill tunnels. Wanted to let you know about the Parkway West ramp closure for the weekend. This is going to cause you delays and some extra time beginning at 7 tonight through 6 on Monday the 18th. The outbound or westbound I-376 ramp to northbound I-79. That's the big ramp marked for Erie, exit 64. That's going to close for concrete patching. There will be a posted detour, and you need to be prepared if that's part of your weekend commute. Our next AAA traffic on the 5s is coming your way in about 15 minutes. I'm Ellen Gamble on 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
The KDKA AccuWeather forecast is brought to you by JP Roofing and Siding, Pittsburgh's #1 Platinum Preferred Roofing Replacement Contractor. Call 412-829-7711.
Cloudy and damp for the rest of today. Areas of fog lifting, but there'll still be bits of rain and drizzle from time to time. High 56. Tonight, cloudy, perhaps a bit of drizzle, low 45. Clouds giving way to some sun later tomorrow, high 55. For AccuWeather, I'm meteorologist Joe Lundberg, 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
Tune in to KDKA Radio every Saturday morning at 8 a.m. for On the Money with Secure Money Advisors. Brian Caranta has tips that will make sure your retirement and income plan is ready to help provide you with a comfortable, secure retirement.
The KDKA radio text line is driven by Kenny Ross Auto Group. Find your best deal and Pittsburgh's best warranty at kennyross.com.
All right, here we go. Friday, we've reached the end of the week. So much to get into. 2 to 6 today. And catch me, Colin Dunlap, right here. KDK.
I got this great story with this great veteran, thanks to my boy at Citizens Bank, who's the best. Mark Rundulik, the bank president, hooked me up with this veteran who's a star. I'm going to grab him in 1 second. I want to grab Nick first, though. Nick, go ahead, man.
Hey, Marty, great show as always, and God bless you for helping all the people in Pittsburgh out that you guys do, you and Tootie Mechanical and all those people. But aren't there laws against having open containers in public?
There are. They don't enforce any of it. It's 100%.
No.
My man, it's 100% true. If you grab a big beer, a tall one, and walk down the street on the south side or right downtown, you get arrested. But you can drink your ass off at a tailgate and get hammered and throw up in the streets, and nothing will happen. Yes, you're right, sir. I like Nick. He's my man. It's never been enforced. It never will. It's kind of one of those things. So the reason why I love this guest is because he gives a damn. I also love him because he's a Marine. I also love him because he got hooked up. I got hooked up with him from my good friend Mark at Citizens Bank. He said, Marty, this guy is doing good things. And he does so many good things that Citizens Bank gave him this Small Business Community Champion grant. And I tell you what, he's stepping up with it. Chuck, how are you, man?
Hey, Marty. It's great to be on again. Thank you so much. Doing wonderful today.
I love Chuck. Chuck Ondo. I love the name of the business. Valor Men's Grooming. He's co-founder and president of Semper Fi Mission. I wanted to bring you back because you're doing something really cool for veterans. Tell us, sir, please.
Yeah, Marty, thanks. So what we do once a month, and this just happens to be around the Veterans Day holiday, so this month it's getting a little bit more traction, but we have an event, and we've titled it Prayer Cuts.
Nice,
I have at least 11 barbers with me for next week, barbers and stylists. We're going to be providing free haircuts to any veteran in need, also anyone that's struggling with homelessness or out on the street or living in a shelter. We just want to show them some love. Bring them in, cut their hair, provide a meal, clothing, hygiene items, but have conversations that are impactful and help getting them back on the right track.
Hold on, man. This is why I love this. No, honestly, man, this is beautiful. So the entree, this is really a big picture thing to wrap your arms around vets and take care of them. But the entree is, hey, my man, come on in here. Let us cut your hair, right? Right?
Exactly. That gets them in, and I started to do it individually, just picking people up in my own truck or car. But what we found is it's hard to get people, like if I gave them a card to come up to my shop to get a free haircut, a lot of these people can't get on a bus or they might not have the funds. So we decided to take it to them. And also between the time that you and I spoke last week, God's really blessed us again. We actually not only have this location downtown to cut hair once a month, we now have a mobile barbershop to drive around, to go to the tent camps, to go to some of the VA care centers, the Vets Place over on Washington Boulevard, and just, bless these guys with some haircuts.
Man, my man Mark at Citizens Bank, they latched on to you, man. They've made a big difference for you, too, haven't they, Citizens Bank?
Absolutely. Yeah. They did a video for us that's on YouTube now. It's created such a buzz, but also the grant that they provided us was amazing. It helped us get our nonprofit all set up, helped us go out and have the capital to get involved, to get a mobile barbershop, to put on events, to pay for food, to pay for these hygiene items. It's been such a blessing. Those guys are great.
Hey, Chuck, you walk the walk, man. You're an undercover cop. You were in the military. You had depression. You had anxiety. You had addiction issues. You had suicidal thoughts. And I thought about you this morning, man, because I knew I was talking to you. Listen to this headline. The U.S. military suicides rose in 2023, persisting despite prevention efforts. This is a real issue, isn't it, brother?
Oh, it so much is. We hear it almost every day. We're in contact with a veteran that's struggling, getting them into a treatment. But so many of these guys just feel hopeful, lost, despair. They lost that sense of purpose that they had when they were in the military, maybe operating $1 million equipment. Nice. Now they can't get a job. Alcohol's taken over their life. And all they need is that shot that I got. Just having someone give you some hope, get connected to the benefits that are out there to help you turn it around. I'm only 3 years sober, and my life has totally changed.
You look good, man. Chuck Ondo, the owner of Valor Men's Grooming. All right, tell folks how, where they can get hooked up, my man.
Okay, so Semper Fi Mission. It's 3 words. For anyone that doesn't know, Semper Fi means always faithful. So the Always Faithful Mission, we are on Facebook and Instagram at Semper Fi Mission. We also have a great new website that's up. Nice. semperfimission.org.
Nice.
On there, we'll have our list of events. If you would like to volunteer, you don't have to be a barber to come down and volunteer. We pass out clothing, hygiene items. If you want to come and pray with somebody, put your arm around someone, just tell them there's a better way. Give them that hope and encouragement. We welcome you. We have the event on Monday, 1 to 4 p.m. at the First Presbyterian Church downtown.
Nice.
If you go to our social media, you'll see my cell phone on there. You'll see my partner Ken's cell phone. Send us a text message with any questions that you have. But we're so grateful. And Marty, just after I aired last week, my cell phone blew up from your listeners that just gave me a lot of love. And we got another barber that actually heard the piece. He's coming down to help. So you're making a huge difference as well.
Hey, my man, I love this story you told last week. When you started out, brother, you would drive down McKnight Road and you'd see a veteran. You'd take them in your car, cut their hair, and start to take care of them. Is that true, right?
That's absolutely correct.
Wow.
So, yeah, I live in the South Hills, drive to the North Hills.
That's amazing.
Near the tunnel, near the city, McKnight, you see someone with the sign up, they're flying a sign, veteran struggling, need help, and just stop, tell them, hey, God loves you, I love you, just want to take care of you. And then, when you give them that haircut, it releases endorphins and it makes them feel good about themselves.
So true.
And they look in the mirror and they have this instant feeling, what?
True.
I do feel better.
It's so much of what we do in our lives is self-esteem, is it not, man?
Oh, big time.
Hey, best way for folks to get this info. Throw your number out there, please, Chuck.
Okay, my number is 412-491-2603. Semper Fi Mission on Instagram, Facebook. We reply to every message that comes in. We greatly appreciate it. And, Marty, I'm not sure this is going to hurt my credibility with you. But we also have a very good mutual friend. Mr. Mad Max is one of my clients.
Oh, I love Max.
Yeah.
I've cut my own hair for like 30 years, and it shows it, brother. I might need a trim for one of your boys.
Great hair. That's what everyone was saying. They said, "Are you Marty's barber?" I said, "No, I'd love to be, but he's got it going on." You and I have that.
The four I have left, brother, I take care of. Man, I love you, man. I respect and admire the hell out of you. And I'll tell you why I love Citizens. And my man Mark, the president, he said, Marty, check this out. Let's make a difference. And I love businesses that give a damn. I really do, man. They don't just take in your money and talk about profit and margin. They talk about making a difference, and that's why I love Citizens. Thanks, my man.
Couldn't have said it better myself. Thank you, brother.
Anything you need, man, just text me, Chuck. All right, brother?
Thanks, Marty. Have a great day.
I love him. I love his story. I love his enthusiasm. I love his recovery. I love the magnificence of what they're doing. And if you notice about Get Marty and everything we do, every single company I talk about, they give a damn. And Mark and I go way back from Citizens. He's a homer, takes care of his family, loves his town, and said, Marty, let's do this. And here we are. And I hope to do a lot more with Citizens as this thing goes. Good stuff, man. Saving lives out there, starting with a haircut. Think about it. From the P.J. Fitzpatrick Home Improvement Traffic Center, AAA Traffic powered by Bowser. Ellen Gamble, what's up?
All right, Marty, thank you. We do have some construction zone lane restrictions that are causing delays on Route 28 right now. We have the Cordell and Cordell traffic cameras taking a peek at what's going on there, and you will find, if that's your way out and about at this hour, that it is heavy as you approach right around the midway point, I guess you could say, between the 40th and 31st Street bridges. You're kind of really getting into slowdowns right down by the 31st Street Bridge and the one overpass as you head toward Chestnut Street. So make sure that you leave some extra travel time there. Parkway East inbound is sluggish for you right around the Edgewood Swissvale interchange. Outbound ride toward the eastern suburbs, not a problem for you right now. Parkway West inbound is heavy as you approach the Banksville on-ramp and the Fort Pitt tunnels. If you're heading outbound toward the airport, it's a good trek at this point. With AAA traffic, I'm Ellen Gamble on 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
Did you know that now you can listen to all your favorite stations, including this one, shows, and even podcasts, all on the Odyssey app? Download it now.
We know you're uncertain about psychics. Is this fortune teller you found on a forum legit?
Your one true love is...
me! That's why California psychics reject 98% of the psychics who apply to work with us. We guarantee if your reading isn't life-changing, it's free. New customers receive 20 minutes for just $20. So experience the joy of certainty at CaliforniaPsychics.com.
What do you call the NordVPN Black Friday deal, huh? The Block Friday deal. Because you block online threats. Black Friday, Block Friday. Get it? It's hilarious. Get the NordVPN Black Friday deal and block online threats now. NordVPN will encrypt your online traffic. Its Threat Protection Pro tool will defend you against web trackers, malicious websites, and malware-ridden downloads. Get the special Black Friday deal at NordVPN.com and enjoy safer internet daily. NordVPN, cybersecurity built for every day.
There's breaking news all day long from around the world, and sometimes all that noise makes it hard to hear about what's happening right here at home. With the free Odyssey app, getting your local news plus breaking news is easy. And even when you're not near a radio, stay connected with what's going on right here by listening live and push alerts. Just download the free Odyssey app and search and follow your local news station, and you're good to go. The local breaking news to get you through your day at your fingertips on the free Odyssey app. That's AUDACY.
100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA. Covered by JP Roofing and Siding. Pittsburgh's #1 platinum roofing company.
The KDKA Radio High School Football Game of the Week, powered by Bowser Chevrolet, is back.
Friday, Pine Richland faces Bethel Park. Championship Saturday, McKeesport faces Thomas Jefferson. And North Allegheny takes on Central Catholic.
Presented by Coons Quality Foods, the official supermarket of high school football on KDKA. M7 Sports, the official sports complex training facility and recruiting management of high school football. AHN Sports Medicine takes you from sidelined to standout. Call 412-DOCTORS to book an appointment. Parmar Stores. If there's not a Parmar store near you, there will be soon. Allegiant Community Federal Credit Union. Shape your future. AllegiantFCU.org.
High school football lives on 100.1 FM and AM 1020. KDKA.
You want the perfect Saturday night, Friday night, whatever night? Seriously. Oakmont. With the Oakmont Restaurant King, JK. 2 spots. Started out Saturday night at Vinny's. Insane appetizers, drinks. Right next door, Michael A's for dinner. Unbelievable handmade, homemade Italian food. Vinny's, Michael A's, Oakmont. Check it out. It rocks. Man, I've been through a cancer battle, and UPMC saved my life, and it's just the truth, and I rave about them. In a very, very difficult time historically in healthcare, in a very, very stressful time for patients, doctors, staff, everybody involved. It ain't easy. But my sister is going through pancreatic cancer treatment at UPMC Hillman. And every single day runs into very, very stressful situations. And every single day they handle it in an amazing way at UPMC. They handle it like no one else handles it. UPMC, life-changing, life-saving information, lifetime of helping people. I love it.
Do you have 3 ex-wives and your current trophy wife wants a life insurance policy 3 times the size of the policies you had to purchase for your previous mistakes? If so, you need to call Big Lou at Term Provider, 800-700-6898. Big Lou is intimately familiar with your problems, and if you're 50 or 60 years old and in reasonably good health, a $1 million policy should only cost about $100 to $200 per month. Big Lou may have a solution for your previous policies as well. You may even save enough money to lighten the load on your new $1 million policy. Remember, call Big Lou. He's like you, except he's only on number 2. Call Term Provider at 800-700-6898. That's 800-700-6898 for $1 million in term life insurance that you can live with. Call Big Lou at 800-700-6898. 800-700-6898.
Hey, it's that time of year, Larry, where we start to reflect on everything we're grateful for, and I am thankful for so much. But I'm also very thankful for clean carpets, clean couches, clean air ducts. I'm thankful for Zero Res. That's who I'm thankful for.
Well, it's Friendsgiving, and they love when they come to Shelley's house because they know the carpets, the floors, the air ducts have all been taken care of by Zero Res. Get your home ready for the holidays, too.
Hey, in fact, we will be eating off the floor because they're so clean, thanks to Zero Res. Get 3 rooms of carpet clean starting at just $129 and take $75 off your air duct cleaning this time.
And And please make sure when you call 412-701-1188 that you mention the KDKA special.
ZeroResPGH.com. Set up your appointment today. And remember to mention the KDKA special.
You can eat off Shelley's floor.
Here's your Jill on Money question of the day.
Everett from Texas asks, I'm 39 years old with $900,000 in retirement accounts and $500,000 in equity from a rental property portfolio. According to various calculators, we should have more than $3 million by age 56. Knowing this, can we scale back on our retirement contributions and instead redirect our money into a brokerage account? That seems fine to me, Everett. If early retirement is the goal, then you're likely going to want to have some accessible money that has already been taxed. I hope that helps.
Have a question? Go to JillOnMoney.com.
Brought to you by Progressive Insurance. Progressive offers a great price and around-the-clock protection when bundling home and auto. It's one of those rare times where you could save money and get something great. Bundled today at Progressive.com.
The voice of Pittsburgh. 100.1 FM and AM 1020. KDKA.
I love that story about Chuck. And I love how the bank, Citizens Bank, found him and motivated him and gave him this grant and made a difference. My boy Billy's asking about this big fight tonight. I'm kind of ambivalent about. I know the fight goes on with or without Marty Griffin. I'm a pimple on the elephant's behind, if that. I'm very nervous about a guy almost 60 getting in the ring with a guy in his 20s. I don't know anything about it, but I read a lot of interviews with a lot of doctors, and Mike Tyson hasn't been any good for like 25 years. I mean, when he retired, he was lousy. I hope he doesn't get hurt. I hope it ends up being kind of sort of an exhibition. I saw that silliness yesterday where they slapped each other. And it's on. Regardless, it's on streaming tonight on Netflix, and it's sold out in Texas. It's at AT&T Stadium. So what is that? 90,000. And it's become kind of a spectacle. And I watched the documentary on Netflix about them training. I don't like boxing. I don't like watching people beat the hell out of each other. I like cage fighting even less. And I know this sounds sexist and misogynist, but I can't stand watching women beat the hell out of each other, so I won't watch that either. Don't take my word for it, but I read several interviews with doctors who think that Mike Tyson could get severely hurt. What they did was, because they're worried too, and I know Patrick knows this stuff, they usually have 10-ounce gloves. These are 14-ounce. They usually have 3-minute rounds. These are 2-minute rounds. So they're doing some things to protect Tyson, quite frankly. So if you hit him with a glove that's not as powerful. So I hope it works out. We'll see. Hey, I want to mention something political. I'm not spending a lot of time on Trump's bizarro world picks. Like this Matt Gaetz thing is too stupid to even discuss. The guy's a pervert. Prove me wrong. But the Robert F. Kennedy Jr. thing, that brother's a freak. I know doctor, and I don't play one on the radio, but that guy's a freak. Just a few of the things he has said. This isn't media hype. He told attorneys in a deposition he believed an abnormality in his brain scan was caused by a worm that got into his brain and ate a portion of it and then died. he says he has diminished earning power and learning power. Wow. He said, I offered to eat 5 more brain worms and still beat President Trump and President Biden in a debate. That's before he became Trump's buddy. He admitted that he found a dead bear, put it in his car, wanted to put the meat in his refrigerator. He placed the carcass in Central Park and staged it to look like a bike accident. He lied. He was accused of eating a dog, said it wasn't a dog. It was a different kind of barbecued animal in Korea. And along the other wonderful list of wonderful things he does not believe that vaccines are effective. And in fact, he believes that vaccines cause autism. There is no legitimate evidence to suggest that. It's a bald-faced fabrication and a bald-faced lie. And now this man's going to be head of one of the most significant departments on Earth with a brainworm. And he'll eat more if he has to.
Honored to win the Marconi Award as the best news talk station in the country. 100.1 and AM 1020. KDKA.
The Village at St. Barnabas, the perfect place for moms.
When you're hiring for your business, ZipRecruiter's powerful matching technology makes finding qualified candidates for your job easy. This made us wonder, what if the rest of the world was as easy as ZipRecruiter? Math problems wouldn't be so problematic.
K equals 42.
Escape rooms? Elementary. And summiting Everest would be a walk in the park. In the meantime, if you want to make your hiring easier, use ZipRecruiter. And right now, you can try it for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. In fact, 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Simple. So, see what the world is like when ZipRecruiter does the hard work of hiring for you. Just go to ZipRecruiter.com/free to try ZipRecruiter for free. Once again, that's ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter.com/free.
A close friend called me crying. I'm serious. I'm breathless, gasping for air, desperate. Her loved one, her husband, is in a long-term care facility, and they're suing her because she can't afford to pay the bill. That's desperate. You know who stepped in to help? Rob Pierce. Rob Pierce and Associates. I'm serious. 844-505-4774. They're taking care of her. Rob Pierce and Associates. 844-505-4774.
SchultzFord.com. 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 SchultzFord.com.
KDKA and KDKA FM HD2 Pittsburgh. W261AX Pittsburgh.
Always live on the free Odyssey app. From the Aetna Medicare Solutions Studio.
Proud to be the voice of Pittsburgh. 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
It's 50 with fog at 11 o'clock. I'm Paul Rasmussen. Many patrons and former workers at Riley's Poorhouse are devastated about the fire that destroyed the popular bar and restaurant Thursday afternoon. Irish entertainer Jim Lamb performed there often and talked with KDK Radio's Michael Bartley about the impact of the loss of Riley's in Carnegie and the region.
We don't really have a dedicated place for convening and for bringing people together. The Poorhouse was that for a lot of people, especially in the western suburbs, the western communities of Allegheny County.
Lamb also heads the Ireland Institute of Pittsburgh. Security changes are being made in the Ambridge area school district after a 13-year-old student brought a loaded gun to the middle school. A screener checked his backpack before classes and found a fake gun but missed the real one. Parent Stephanie Barton talked about that with KDKA TV.
Very scary. Very, very, very scary. I'm not understanding how it got past security if you have these upscale metal detectors. I'm not understanding.
The security changes have elementary students are no longer allowed to use 3-ring binders, and they'll need clear backpacks and lunch bags by December 3rd. It's a weekend of big events in Pittsburgh. There's the Backyard Brawl with WVU at Pitt tonight and the football games on Saturday and Sunday. Rich Fitzgerald is Executive Director of the Southwestern Pennsylvania Commission.
It's not playoff season per se, but it almost feels like that with these two games. You know, Clemson and Pitt in the ACC battling it out for the top positions there. And then, of course, you know, the Steelers and the Ravens go back.
On the Big K Morning Show, Fitzgerald said when the Steelers are home, fans fly here from all over the country, giving the economy a boost. Area hotels and restaurants are doing well. The terrible tailgate lives after it found a new home. News Radio KDKA's David Valerato has that story.
Kevin Adams, the man behind the popular Terrible Tailgate, tells KDKA's Colin Dunlap he's found a new spot for his popular tailgate. That's after Alco Parking told him and others they can't use their usual spots due to complaints about some tailgates just becoming too big. So now they're moving to the Canal Lot at Nova Place.
They were ecstatic to have us there. They have a parking garage across the street that if you're coming and you want to park with us, you can, but they would prefer if you would park in the parking garage directly across the street, and then they're going to give us roughly half of the parking lot in order to throw the tailgates moving forward.
His guests at this week's tailgate are Donnie Shell, Rocky Blair, and John Kolb. David Valerato, News Radio, KDKA.
On Wall Street at this hour, the Dow is down 312 points at 43,438. The Nasdaq is down 373. The S&P down 72 points. Americans stepping up their spending at retailers last month. Retail sales rose 0.4% from September to October, mostly due to a 1.6% jump in sales at auto dealers. In KDKA Sports, the Whitfield football playoffs, powered by Bowser Chevrolet, resume tonight. Here's play-by-play man Dan Zangrilli.
Tonight it's Bethel Pine Richland. Tomorrow afternoon at 12 from Norwin High School, the 4A title game. It's McKeesport TJ. And then at night, it's the 6 p.m. 6A showdown, Central Catholic North Allegheny.
All three games are on KDKA Radio, and our coverage starts tonight with the Swart Out Financial Kickoff Show at 6. In college basketball, Pitt hosts WVU in the Backyard Brawl, and the Pens are playing the Blue Jackets in Columbus. The news is brought to you by P.J. Fitzpatrick. Home improvements with no interest financing if you need it. Trust PJ.com. KDKA Radio News time is 11:04. Time to call Metropolitan Windows during their fall sale. Save 30% off their full line of exclusive Infinity from Marvin fiberglass windows. Call 412-655-8411. 50 with fog at Pittsburgh International. KDKA AAA traffic and the AccuWeather forecast next.
Looking for the perfect holiday gift? Give your loved ones peace of mind on the road with a AAA gift membership for only $35. That's a full year of AAA's legendary roadside assistance for only $35. And as part of this special radio offer, AAA will waive the admission fee, add 2 free eligible household members, and you'll also receive a free $20 gift card for yourself. That's a total value of $168 for only $35. AAA will always be there if they're locked out of their car, need a tow, run out of gas, have a flat tire, or need a new battery. AAA has them covered as a driver or passenger in any car, not just their own. Stop by your local AAA branch or visit online at AAA.com/gift to receive this special radio offer. That's AAA.com/gift to give a gift membership today and receive a free $20 gift card for yourself. Limited time offer. Restrictions apply.
From the P.J. Fitzpatrick Home Improvement Traffic Center, AAA Traffic powered by Bowser Illinghammer. What's up?
All right, Marty, we have a pretty tame drive for you out there. If you're just hitting the highways right now, no major traffic troubles for you or problems as you are out and about at this point. Just some minor delays for you on the parkways as you approach the Parkway West and the Fort Pitt tunnels, or the Parkway East and the Squirrel Hill tunnels. Gives us a chance to remind you that in Springdale Borough, Allegheny County, there will be some lane restrictions during your overnights, and this includes the weekend time for bridge removal work. Pittsburgh Street has been getting a closure between Duquesne Court and Washington Street. It's Monday through Saturday nights from 9 p.m. to 6 a.m., and that's happening through early December. There is a posted detour. With AAA Traffic, I'm Ellen Gamble on 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
The KDKA AccuWeather forecast is brought to you by JP Roofing and Siding, Pittsburgh's #1 Platinum Preferred Roofing Replacement Contractor. Call 412-829-7711.
Overcast gray skies with a bit of rain and drizzle for the rest of today, along with some fog, the high 56. Tonight, cloudy and damp, a bit of drizzle in places, though 45. Improving weather tomorrow as clouds break for some sun, high 55. For AccuWeather, I'm Joe Lundberg, 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
Why'd the kid jump off the boat?
I don't know. Why?
Peer pressure.
Oh. Good one, Ned.
Ned isn't funny, but Ned owns a boat, and you don't. So every time Ned tells another one of his unfunny boat puns, you're going to laugh loud and keep on laughing until you get a boat of your own.
A pier where you put a boat.
Yeah, I get it.
And when you do get a boat of your own, make sure you save money by bundling it with your home, auto, or other vehicles with Progressive. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and other insurers. Not available in all states.
Right now at Wendy's, you can get a small Frosty for $1. And literally everyone is going. The car behind you, going to get a $1 Frosty. The car ahead of you, already had one, going for a second. The person who cut you off earlier, you guessed it, $1 Frosty. Maybe it's all a sign for you to go get one. Just don't cut anyone off. No one likes that person. The iconic Frosty for $1, gotta be Wendy's.
Limited time only at participating U.S. Wendy's. Not valid in a combo. Prices may be higher in Alaska, Hawaii, California, and via third-party delivery.
Everything you need, every time you listen. 100.1 FM and AM 1020. KDKA.
Man, I got to tell you, all of us in this business have friends. And some of them have family that have worked and or still work at the PG. It's a paper that goes back well over 100 years. One of my closest friends, Andy Sheehan, got his start there, quite frankly. And quite frankly, walked out during a strike there about, 40 years ago. Changed his life forever. And they're on strike right now. And they have not had an agreement since 2017. And it's been so contentious and so difficult. And it's hurt so many people. And unfortunately in America today, and in this situation in particular, and particularly in the media, and this holds true for anyone in any newspaper in America, or any radio station in America, or any television station in America, for anyone in this business like myself and Patrick and everyone in here that loves it as I do, it's as if you're in a tub full of water. In a tub full of water, and someone pulls the plug and starts to drain. And it's unfortunate. And I want to play something from last night to kind of get into this. It's a very unfortunate incident that happened in the middle of these so-called negotiations to end this insane strike at the Post-Gazette. Listen to this. Listen.
Any downtown units able to start Omni William Penn Hotel, 530 William Penn Place, between Oliver and 6th. They have a male in the lobby, and he's throwing chairs, and reportedly through a wall, refusing to provide any information as to the actor. So they're currently in one of the meeting rooms.
One more time, buddy. One more time.
Any downtown units able to start Omni William Penn Hotel, 530 William Penn Place, between Oliver and 6th. They have a male in the lobby, and he's throwing chairs, and reportedly through a wall, refusing to provide any information as to the actor. So they're currently in one of the meeting rooms.
It's ridiculous. And got nothing to do with the hotel, but it has everything to do with the frustration about strikes and leverage and how difficult these sorts of things are and how stressful it is for folks that still try and hang on to their jobs there and folks that and folks that left there. One of my boys worked at the Post-Gazette for a long time, and he's with me now. Adam, how are you, buddy?
I'm all right, Marty. How are you this morning?
You hear that, and it hurts you to hear that, does it not?
It does. It does, because it doesn't need to be like this. Everyone is fatigued. Everyone is tired of the strike. But, throwing a chair at a wall, that's not going to get anybody anywhere.
No, it's a horrible incident, but it kind of just shows how people hit the wall, literally, right, over these sorts of things, with no end in sight, is there, brother?
No end in sight. No end in sight after 2 years. There's incredible fatigue, on both sides of this issue. The strikers, a lot of them I think it's fair to say, of course, deeply believe in what they're doing. There are a lot of established, longtime journalists who absolutely believe that this strike is the way to get some justice. And they are tired, they are worn, they are afraid. Afraid, that is F-R-A-Y. But there are also people, a lot of people in the newsroom who are still working and never stopped working, excellent reporters. And they're fatigued. They're fatigued by all of this too. They're fatigued by, the constant accusations against them. That they've betrayed their fellow workers. People who just have a different point of view on how to get a better deal for themselves and their families, and they choose to continue to work.
And you know what, man? As I mentioned, Adam, and Adam's one of my boys. I could be telling this story. You could be telling this story about literally 1,000 newspapers in America today. It's that rough out there, is it not?
It is. It is. Anyone who has a job in a newspaper newsroom right now is extremely fortunate. It's been a long decline for newspapers, and it's only gotten faster and rougher in recent years. And the Post-Gazette, for all of the complaints about the ownership of the Post-Gazette has remained one of the better staffed, better paying newspapers of its size in a market of this size.
It's been horrible for employees, and I know a bunch of the sports guys, they just said to hell with it. I'm going to keep doing my job, and they've been threatened, and there have been fights over this. There have been people hurt over this. There's been property damage over this, and honestly, Adam, there's really no reasonable way this kind of stuff ends, is there?
No, and there's no sense. I don't believe that there's a real sense of confidence about how you put this newsroom back together again once this thing ends. How do you put people back together in the same room after they've been at each other's throats for 2 years?
I mean, when you have the newspaper guild president throwing chairs against walls and creating a lot of damage, man, you're at a point where you got to say, what the hell's going on, or where do we go from here? And I don't know. And by the way, I'm not picking on newspapers, my man. I mean, some days it's just 4 of us here because this business has changed so much. And down the hill at KDTV, it's changed overnight. I don't, you got to be as afraid as I am as to what the hell happens to this business, right?
Oh, absolutely. Everyone, not everyone, lots of people are getting information and news from their own echo chambers, from sources that they agree with. And it's really hard in that environment for there to be kind of one shared truth, one common conversation that everyone can be part of, and where everyone has a voice, when everyone's just talking in their own separate rooms.
Yeah, it makes me sad. It does, because honestly, my man, there's no way right now, if I had my son in a room or you had kids and they said, Dad, I want to go to Syracuse, or I want to go to the Newhouse School in Syracuse, or I want to go to Northwestern, I want to go to Columbia and become a newspaper reporter, I'd say hell no. Wouldn't you? Wouldn't you?
Yeah. I would be hard pressed. I would be hard pressed to recommend that anyone go into the business, and in large part because of it's not so much the hours. There are lots of professions that require extraordinary hours. Frankly, Marty, it's the money.
Right on.
You can't, with some exceptions, it's really hard to even think about buying a house, raising a family, or, God forbid you run into some major medical issue when you're a newspaper reporter, a radio reporter, a TV reporter.
Or if I send my kid to Columbia or NYU, which are noted for journalism, and I spend $400,000 on their education, and they'll call me crying because they're so happy they're making $40,000 as a reporter. I mean, and that's the reality of it. It's scary, man.
Absolutely. Coming out of school with extraordinary amounts of debt, like how does a person expect to get ahead?
And I don't know how you resolve any of this stuff, and especially at the PG. And I saw this, and I thought of you first last night. And I know it made you as sad as it made me sad. Did it not?
It does. It does make me sad because it, as you said, it makes you question where you go from here.
Yeah.
Where do the readers? I mean, it's hard for the journalists, right? For those of us in the business, you feel for people you know who are going through this, who are facing insults and defamation and all kinds of nasty things. But you also have to worry a lot, and more importantly, frankly, you got to worry about the readers and the communities that these newsrooms serve, and what they lose when local news organizations fall apart.
Right on.
What are they losing? What are communities losing when that common thread that helps tie people together with a source of information, with a source of commentary, with a mirror back on themselves every day, when that source begins to fray and go away, where does that leave our communities? Where does that leave our families?
I'm worried. I am. And I love you, man. It's great content. It's great feedback, and thank you for being on. I appreciate you, brother.
I appreciate you, too. Thank you so much for having me on.
And the incident, I wasn't laughing about this. I was crying inside because it's a dramatic example of what the hell's happening in our business everywhere around the world. It's scary. From the PJ Fitzpatrick Home Improvement Traffic Center, AAA Traffic, powered by Bowser. Ellen Gamble, what's up?
Hey, Marty, what's up is a pretty decent ride. If you have to go out and about for your Friday and you're trying to make your way into downtown, you don't have a lot of competition for space on the roads. Maybe just some minor delays around Edgewood, Swissvale heading for those Squirrel Hill tunnels, and the Parkway West inbound, just a minor touch on the brakes, which this is pretty earth-shattering for the Parkway West at this point on any given weekday. Right around the Banksville on-ramp is where you might step on the brakes ahead of those Fort Pitt tunnels. This weekend, you will find brake lights, though, around this one. The Parkway West ramp closure beginning at 7 tonight through 6 on Monday, the 18th. The outbound Parkway West's I-376 ramp to northbound I-79. You know, the big one marked for Erie, exit 64. It's going to close for you for concrete patching. A posted detour will add to your travel times there. With AAA Traffic, I'm Ellen Gamble on 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
All the news you need for your day and the sports, music, and podcasts you love are all on the free Odyssey app. Download now.
This portion of the show is sponsored by Awaken 180 Weight Loss. Visit them at awaken180weightloss.com.
Ooma. What was that? That is business phone bliss with the Ooma Cloud Phone System. It handles all our voice, video, and messaging needs.
You sound very...
Calm? I am. Ooma has everything I need to run my business more efficiently, like virtual receptionist, call routing, and video conferencing. And it starts at just $19.95 per month per user, plus taxes and fees.
Ooma.
Nice. Find your business calm at ooma.com/radio.
If fashion is your thing, eBay is it. eBay's where I find all my favorites, from handbags to iconic streetwear, all authenticated. For real. This time, a little Supreme, some Gucci. I even have that vintage Prada on my watch list. That's why eBay's my go-to for all my go-tos. Yeah, eBay, the place for new, pre-loved, vintage, and rare fashion. eBay. Things people love.
For great deals, just in time for the holidays, shop Shorkey Kia's Black Friday Bash. Go green in a new 24 Kia EV6 or EV9, both available with low 0% financing. Offering great price, value, and warranty is what we do. Your deal, your way. What a great day. PA's #1 volume Kia dealer, ShorkeyKia.com. With approved credit, not all buyers will qualify. May require financing through Kia Motors Finance. Based on December 2023 sales volume in Pennsylvania. See dealer for complete details. Offer expires 11/30/24.
We all know there's an advantage to playing at home, being the home team. LGKG has been your home team for personal injury cases for over 90 years. We know how to present your case. We know what works. We know how to win in Western Pennsylvania. Visit LGKG.com. LGKG, your home team.
Hey, folks, it's Marty. Get ready as Black Friday starts now at all Levin Furniture and Mattress Stores. My friend Robert Levin, and he is my friend, and his team are giving you the opportunity to get the lowest prices of the year on furniture and mattresses. Take an extra 25% off every living room, every bedroom, and every dining room. I love this. Get incredible Black Friday deals, plus 5 years special financing with no money down. Black Friday starts now at all Levin Furniture and Mattress Stores. Love Levin Furniture.
There is treatment for neuropathy. I'm Dr. Dawn Spalla. At Allegheny Health and Physical Medicine, we treat neuropathy patients daily. No drugs, no surgery, just relief. Call 724-224-2224 for a free consultation in our Sarver or Brackenridge locations.
UPMC, life-saving, life-changing information. Amazing.
Hi, I'm Brian.
owner of Awesome Electrical Services. If you want your home's electrical system to be awesome, call Awesome Electrical Services, 412-331-8999, or awesomeelectricalservices.com to schedule a free estimate with me today.
Everything you need, every time you listen. 100.1 FM and AM 1020. KDKA.
I'm going to lighten it up for a second with one of my favorite people on earth. He's family to me. And I was thinking about him because I had John Mineo on about that parking crap, that purple line crap. But I asked John Mineo from Mineo's Pizza. So when I was eating there in the late 70s, when I graduated from Central, same Dan Marino era, I was better than Marino, in case anyone ever asked you. I just didn't want to live in Miami. You know that whole thing. But we used to go to Mineo's parking lot. The whole football team, we would go. We would wear our leather jackets in the summertime, sweating to look cool, which was ignorant. And we'd go to Mineo's parking lot in Squirrel Hill, and we'd all get a small plane. And Patrick was with me when I asked him, what did he say a small plane cost, Patrick, back then?
$2.40.
$2.40. I thought it was $3, so maybe I gave him the rest as a tip. My man Carmen, who owns Cucina Bella and who is the best pizza maker I've ever known. Carmen.
Hey, you know what else, Marty, real fast? You know, I was a sixth grade quarterback at St. Bernard's, bro.
St. Bernard's.
No joke.
St. Bernard's
I got a left arm laser here. No way, man. We're down 42-6, right? They let me throw the ball 3 times. 2 were picked off. 1 I threw in the stands. I like to say I threw it out of bounds, but I was rolling right and throwing left. Real Brett Favre stuff, you know.
St. Bernard's sucks. Hey, so when I was paying $2.30, because Carmen knows this stuff so well, that has changed dramatically. So now that same pizza is about $15. And we talked about this before. You told me, and this is about 10 years ago, that a good pizza, a gourmet pizza, that the ingredients cost $10, right? Remember that? Probably 10 years ago.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know if it was quite that much. I mean, it was definitely a lot less than it is now. I would think right now, like if a really good pizza with good ingredients, it might be like 7, 8, 9. I mean, it's just it's definitely more, and you're definitely putting it on the customer because it's crazy how expensive it is.
So it's gone from about $5 to about $9, even $10 for a really good pizza, just the ingredients.
I think so too, depending on what you put on. If you were just doing plain cheese and you're using really good stuff, I mean, and it depends. Obviously, if it's a California tomato, or if you're getting it from Italy or whatever, I think you're definitely around. You got to be around $7 or $8 for sure. And then if you want to go really high end, depending on what you put on, I could see it getting more than that.
This is Carmen with Cucina Bella, and we've been really good friends since he was a kid. Seriously,
long time.
And so, what do you think about? Because, Carmen, there are a lot of joints right now in this town, Il Pizziolo included, and they have great stuff, where you can pay $30 for a pizza, man. 30.
Yeah, I know. Well, I mean, it's really good pizza, though. But yeah, and I'm not. I mean, I'm
not asking you to pick on them, but I'm saying you could take your family to dinner now and spend $120, and you're having pizza. Seriously.
You know what? You're not even kidding. I feel like when I take my mom out to dinner, wherever I go, I always have to have like at least $100.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's just, it's tough, man. It really, really is tough. And then everyone wants to beat you up and have them, get tipped and stuff too.
But you have seen a dramatic increase in the cost of you producing the meatballs and the pizza that you make, right?
For sure. Everything's gone up, too, especially with the meat. The meatballs were there's a lot of guys that stopped using. I don't know if it's everyone, but some people that I know, because most of your good meatballs are veal, pork, and beef, right? A lot of people cut out the veal because veal's the most expensive. It was the most expensive back then. And, I mean, it's just more now. You know what I mean? So a lot of people go that. I mean, there are ways people cut. I mean, it's not I know I'm not saying everyone cuts it, but I think, you just have to – you really have to watch waste and – we measure everything that goes on our pizza, we know we're putting the right amount of mozz on it and stuff like that. And because that every now and then, that's why I tell the kids, I'm like, listen, you might have dropped two like buffalo mozzarella balls, right? Let's say you dropped 2 on the floor. I'm like, yeah, that's 2 today. Let's say it's 2 tomorrow, 2. And then all of a sudden I do the math, and by the end, I'm like, I have the number for the year. I'm like, this is how much they are. I'm like, you guys just clean it up, man. You're better than that.
So pizza's gone through the roof, and this is Carmen with Cucina Bella. So my man Joey says the flour to make the dough is crazy expensive. Is that true?
Yeah, it's gone up for sure. It has gone up a lot. I mean, depending on what flour you use, obviously, too. If you use your normal, you're just all-purpose. I remember that was always below like $20 forever, and that's over $20 now. You know what I mean? And then if you want to use like the real good stuff, man, it can get up to like $50 a bag.
Whoa.
I mean, it just depends what you use. It's all different. So, but at the end of the day, too, though, Marty, people really will still pay for quality too.
Oh,
I mean,
hell
they
yeah!
can tell the difference.
8 days a week, brother. 8 days a week. Yeah.
Yeah. If you make a jump, people can tell the difference, and then they think they might not come back, and no one wants that.
Do you still do the method of making the meatballs, Hail Mary, full of grace?
Every day, man. Did it this morning. I'm doing it by myself. I'm sitting there by myself saying Hail Mary, full of grace. But I will tell you, man, I stand by it. It's just quick. It's just the same, you know what I mean?
He says, Hail Mary, full of grace. That's how long it takes to make every meatball. Hail Mary, full of grace. Hail Mary, full of grace, right?
That's it.
Plus, you need the prayers, man.
I do need the prayers.
So do I, man. Throw some my way, brother.
I add you to my prayer list every day, brother. You got it.
Carmen, the man, the legend from Cucina Bella. Thanks, brother.
My man. You got it.
So the pizza that I used to order for $2.40 is now about $15, and a quote-unquote good pizza in this town is pushing $30, $31. It's crazy what's happened to food. It's amazing.
Hi, I'm Angie Hicks, co-founder of Angie. When you use Angie for your home projects, you know all your jobs will be done well. Roof repair? Done well. Kitchen sink install? Done well. Deck upgrades? Done well. Electrical upgrade? Done well. Angie's been connecting homeowners with skilled pros for nearly 30 years, so we know the difference between done and done well. Hire high-quality, certified pros at Angie.com.
What do you call the NordVPN Black Friday deal, huh? The Block Friday deal. Because you block online threats. Black Friday, Block Friday. Get it? It's hilarious. Get the NordVPN Black Friday deal and block online threats now. NordVPN will encrypt your online traffic. Its Threat Protection Pro tool will defend you against web trackers, malicious websites, and malware-ridden downloads. Get the special Black Friday deal at NordVPN.com and enjoy safer internet daily. NordVPN, cybersecurity built for every day.
From the Aetna Medicare Solutions Studio.
Proud to be the voice of Pittsburgh. 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
It's 50 with fog at 11:30. I'm Paul Rasmussen. A 22-year-old Pittsburgh man accused of carjacking an SUV in Beverly Hills last night allegedly injured 4 people and crashed into a building near Wilshire Boulevard. Police say James Portal carjacked a BMW X3 but didn't get far. A witness told officers Portal was speeding and the SUV was skidding before the crash outside an office building. Before impact, Portal allegedly hit 2 men, a woman, and a boy. All 4 were taken to a hospital, and their conditions are unknown. Police say Portal ran from the crash scene but was quickly detained. He is charged with carjacking and hit and run with injury. A well-traveled Parkway ramp is set to close over the weekend. Here's News Radio KDKA's Greg McAtee.
Tonight at 7, PennDOT crews will close the ramp from the outbound Parkway West to northbound I-79 round the clock for concrete patching. A detour will be posted around that closure. The work is expected to be completed and the ramp reopened by 6 a.m. Monday. Greg McAtee, News Radio, KDKA.
Kennywood Park's holiday lights will kick off tonight with more to offer this year than ever before. News Radio KDKA's Tamira Rush has details.
Lindsay Winters, Palace Entertainment Communications Director, tells me Kennywood is celebrating their 13th anniversary of Holiday Lights with 10 ways to join in the joy.
Our all-new Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer experience, an all-new Santa experience in the Lost Kennywood section of the park. The Racer roller coaster will be running for the first time ever. So there's really a ton to do for everybody.
Holiday Lights runs Fridays 5 p.m. to 9 p.m., Saturdays and Sundays from 3 p.m. to 9 p.m., November 15th through December 23rd, and daily starting December 26th through January 1st. Tamira Rush, News Radio KDKA.
On Wall Street, the Dow is down 249 points at 43,502. The Nasdaq is down 339 points at 18,769, and the S&P is down about 63 points. KDKA Radio News Time, 11:32. Our next update at noon on the Voice of Pittsburgh. News Radio KDKA.
Hi, I'm Lisa Laura with Secure Money Health. Navigating your health coverage can be confusing, but I'm here to make it simple. Get your free copy of my book, The Ultimate Medicare Book. In the book, I simplify the process and help you get the health coverage you need. Not only can you get a copy of my book, but if you go to mymedicarebook.com, you can schedule a time to meet with me at no cost. The annual enrollment period is right around the corner. Schedule your appointment now. One more time, that's mymedicarebook.com.
So we needed 2 refrigerators. 2. And Voss TV delivered. And I'll tell you what, their service is unbelievable. And the kindness. And by the way, the deal you get is unbelievable. Voss TV is one of those family-owned businesses that makes your need for an appliance very personal. I've had family and friends get their appliances, and they love it. I have business associates that get their appliances, and they love it. Why? Because they take care of them, and they have everything available. Voss TV and Appliance. 412-650-VOSS. We use them all the time. 2 refrigerators, one time. 412-650-VOSS.
Don't delay in getting that plumbing repair done. Call Palucci Plumbing today for all of your plumbing needs. From trenchless sewer repair and waterline repairs and replacement, hot water tanks, sewer camera inspections, to Pittsburgh potty repairs, no job is too small for Palucci Plumbing. Owners Amy and Nick Palucci have been in business for over 20 years, so give them a call for your next plumbing repair or replacement. Palucci Plumbing, 412-782-5050. That's 412-782-5050.
Have you ever thought about joining a credit union? There are plenty of great benefits and perks. Hi, it's Dan Zangrilli. Some think that you have to be part of a club or know someone to get in. Not the case. At Allegiant Community Federal Credit Union, you simply need to live, work, or worship in Allegheny, Butler, or Beaver counties, and you're eligible to join for just $5. Unlock the great rewards of a credit union. Shape your future with Allegiant Community Federal Credit Union. Federally insured by the NCUA. Visit AllegiantFCU.org to get started today.
Ready for an escape from the everyday? Hi, this is Larry Richard. The Bradenton area on Florida's west coast is welcoming visitors. Their world-famous beaches have been restored to their pristine states. Beloved island businesses are bouncing back faster than expected. And their signature Floridian cuisine is just as fresh as ever. Don't wait. Start planning your visit today at BradentonGolfIslands.com.
Hi, I'm your kid's old jeans. I've been in the drawer for a while and really missed the playground. You should swing by Goodwill and drop me off. Donating me helps Goodwill's mission to provide career training and support services right here in the community. Plus, I can get back into the game. Donate today. Tag, you're it.
To find your nearest Goodwill locations and to learn more about our mission, please visit Goodwill.org. Goodwill, where your things start new lives.
From the P.J. Fitzpatrick Home Improvement Traffic Center, AAA Traffic powered by Bowser. Ellen Gamble, what's up?
All right, what's up, Marty, is some fluctuating traffic as folks try to fit through a couple of tunnels in our area. The Parkway East, for example, it had been easing off, and now it's a little more stubborn in its backups, if you will, backing right around Edgewood, Swissvale, ahead of those Squirrel Hill tunnels. Trying to make it down the front side of Green Tree Hill, you suddenly have more company. It is backing up for you right after you crest the top of the hill, right around that Parkway Center Mall overpass, ahead of the Fort Pitt Tunnel portals and making your way into downtown. If you're planning to travel the Route 50 51 ramp to southbound Interstate 79 in Robinson Township this weekend. Plan again, please, and leave extra time to get around the posted detour. That ramp from 51 to 79 will close at 7 tonight through 6 a.m. on Sunday. Now, the Neville Island ramp from exit 65 from northbound 79 to Grand Avenue that had been closed for construction is going to reopen by 7 tonight to serve as part of the detour there. AAA traffic on the 5s from LGKG Injury Lawyers. LGKG, your home team. Visit lgkg.com. With AAA traffic, I'm Ellen Gamble on 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
The KDKA AccuWeather forecast is brought to you by JP Roofing and Siding, Pittsburgh's #1 Platinum Preferred roofing replacement contractor. Call 412-829-7711.
Areas of dense fog persisting through midday. Otherwise, it'll be cloudy and damp the rest of today with occasional rain and drizzle and a high of 56. Cloudy tonight with spotty drizzle and a low of 45. For AccuWeather, I'm meteorologist Joe Lundberg, 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
Tune in to 1020 KDKA Radio for Medical Frontiers with Dr. Gerald Pfeiffer from the Allegheny Health Network every Monday from 7 to 8 p.m. Dr. Pfeiffer and his special guests will cover the information that you want to know about your health and the latest trends in medicine.
The KDKA radio text line is driven by Kenny Ross Auto Group. Find your best deal and Pittsburgh's best warranty at kennyross.com.
All right, here we go. Friday, we've reached the end of the week. So much to get into. 2 to 6 today. You can catch me, Colin Dunlap, right here. KDK.
So, I have done a lot at the William Penn Hotel downtown. It's the world's greatest hotel. We have insane memories there. I've stayed there 100 times with the kids and my wife, and collectively, it's been very important in our lives. It's also part of the foundation of what makes Pittsburgh great. And honestly, it's kind of a watermark for us about what's happening downtown and some of the issues downtown and how the William Penn has adapted through all this, through the highs and lows downtown. And I wanted to talk to Bob Cage from the William Penn because he gets this and gets the history and the significance of this hotel and how a lot of folks are ambivalent, and that's ambivalent at best about coming downtown. They have trepidation about coming downtown. And I wanted to tell you this, and I told the audience this, and my wife said this the other day. We fully embrace what's happening downtown with cops working harder, with a plan for the future, with businesses working harder. Yeah, there are issues, of course. We're not going to say it's perfect and flawless. But at the end of the day, if we just ignore it, it's going to create a bigger issue. And I think we have to embrace it. And that's why my entire family, as if you folks care, is going to spend our first night downtown because we love downtown. And in particular, we're lifelong committed to the William Penn Hotel because it's the greatest hotel on earth. Bob, how are you, man?
I'm good, Marty. How are you?
Fabulous. You kind of get where I'm coming from, right? Folks are kind of sort of wishy-washy about downtown, but we need to embrace it as it makes this comeback. Is that fair?
That is absolutely fair, and I would tell you that things have improved dramatically. And I think a lot of that is all of the the activations and all of the things that our partners with the Pittsburgh Downtown Partnership are doing, and a number of different things. But it certainly has gotten so much better.
Well, as an example, look out the front door there. That park, which is friggin' gorgeous. There's this crazy light display in there, right, for light up night. Just like wild cool, right?
It's going to be. Yeah, they are actually constructing it as we speak, and it's going to be interactive. Guests are going to be able to go up and touch the lights and change colors, and it's really going to be a neat thing, and we're thrilled that it's going to be across the street from us.
And why I wanted to mention that park is because Bob knows this, and I know this because I've been down there. This was kind of the epicenter of some of the craziness downtown. You had homeless folks doing obscene things there and crude things there and drugs there. And it was really an effort to try and get that back to where you felt good about having this park right out your front door. Is that fair, Bob?
That is fair, yes.
And what did it take? And what does it continue to take to make sure that this is what you want it to be and what the William Penn Standard wants it to be?
Well, I I think it was a collaboration. Our general manager, Michael Medeiros, met with some officials from the city, and I think as did some of the other partners that are around Mellon Square Park, some of the other businesses. And, and I think they heard the message. And, the PDP has jumped in. The police have really, made a concerted effort to make sure that everything around us now is much safer. And as you can see, I think by bringing things in to the park, it's certainly going to help. So.
No, I love it. I love downtown. I mean, this is my town. It's your town. I love this town. I grew up here it's hard, but American cities went through this, Bob, and I'm guessing your hotels around the country went through this where, man, you better fight the good fight or the hotel ain't going to last. I mean, downtowns have struggled, and they're fighting back, are they not, sir?
They are, yes. And you're absolutely correct. I think it needed, people needed to raise their voices a little bit, and that was done. So, we're excited about the holiday season. We have so much going on, and it's really going to be special, I think, this year for us.
Yeah, tell us about what you're going to do. What are the things you have going on?
Yeah, I think we always kick off this. We love this time of year, obviously, because the hotel gets decorated, and we kick it off by lowering our chandeliers in the lobby and cleaning them, and right before light up night. But the biggest thing that we have going on this year is we are going to have a Blitzen bar that is going to be in Mellon Square. We're actually opening it tonight, believe it or not. So it's completely redecorated for Christmas and for the holidays. There's going to be some really cool drinks and some small plates that'll be served in there, and it's going to be a lot of fun. And I think, just things like that in turn with what's going on across the street, we feel so good about it. It'll be bringing people in, to Mellon Square, or, Mellon Park, and then also over to the hotel. So we're really excited about it.
Oh, I love it, man. And that starts tonight.
It does, yeah. So it's going to run from tonight until January 11th. Every Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, it'll open up at 5 o'clock. So we'll transform from a coffee shop into the Blitzen bar, which is really, really neat. We've got Christmas trees hanging from the ceiling. I mean, the decor is amazing.
Bob, you got to admit it's one of the most beautiful lobby areas and settings of any hotel in the world. Seriously, when you walk in, you're like, damn, right?
There's nothing like it. Absolutely. I mean, for me, Marty, and I've been here a long time, and I've been here 23 years, and it is one of the most beautiful buildings, I think, interiors anywhere that I've seen. So, for me and leading a sales team that sells this property, it's just amazing.
I'm looking at this Blitzens. That's a great name, by the way. Who came up with that? Was that you, Bob?
No.
We know that was you, Bob. Come on, Bob. Take credit for it, Bob.
I wish it was. No, it's actually a concept that Omni's doing at some hotels around the country. So, we decided we wanted to be a part of that, and, it really turned out great. There's a huge 9-foot frame for photo opportunities in there, which is really neat. And so, yeah, we're excited that you and Christine are going to be down here, and you'll get a chance to experience it.
My daughter's birthday. We can't wait. It's our favorite hotel in the world. Hey, man. What's your message to folks who are listening who are nervous about downtown? What's your message, man?
Yeah, my message is I don't think that you need to be any longer. I think that, I think you got to take that first step, right?
Yep.
Come on down, see everything that's going on, and I think you will truly feel differently about it. And, it just has gotten, as I said, so much better, and it's safe, and, there's really an opportunity for families to come down and enjoy themselves.
Hey, man, so here's the deal. We stayed at that suite on our anniversary. And then Kamala Harris calls Bob personally and says, hey, Bob, I want Marty's room. And you said, see why he's laughing? Because he knows it's true. She asked for the Griffin suite, didn't she, Bob?
She did. and we gave it to her.
Oh, man, it's a pleasure. Thank you. We'll talk to you again next week.
Thanks, Marty.
All right.
Take care.
I love that joint. You know what's cool when you bring kids in there and they're like, whoa. You know what it is? It's throwback, man. It's old school. They got this bar in the basement. What is that? A speakeasy. It's actually very, very cool. Very, very cool. Anyway, I love the place. And you know what he said? Take a shot at downtown. We've been there on all these big occasions, and it's not a problem. There'll be cops everywhere. It's changed. Look, there are issues in every city, and there are going to be minor issues, but not around that hotel. All right? All right. From the P.J. Fitzpatrick Home Improvement Traffic Center, AAA Traffic powered by Bowser. Ellen Gamble, what's up?
Well, it's not a bad ride out there, Marty, and on days like this, it gives us a chance to talk about where you might find a rough ride because of some construction zone lane restrictions, and this one's notable, bears repeating, because it impacts your Parkway West and a major ramp to I-79 for the weekend. So take note, please, the I-376 ramp to the northbound side of I-79. So that's the one marked for Erie, exit number 64. Actually, we'll get a closure for you tonight at 7 through 6 a.m. on Monday, the 18th. So that's around-the-clock closure, weather permitting. They're doing some concrete patching in that area. There will be a posted detour for you, but it will obviously increase your travel time as you are driving there. With AAA Traffic, I'm Ellen Gamble on 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
Did you know that now you can listen to all your favorite stations, including this one, shows, and even podcasts, all on the Odyssey app? Download it now.
Get rocked at City Winery Pittsburgh in the Strip District Terminal. Upcoming shows include Jerry Garcia Band Brunch, Phil Toms and Hard Rain, tribute to B-52s and the Smiths, Not Really Dan, Seven Wonders Fleetwood Mac tribute, Jonathan Colton, American Pie Emo Night. Indulge your senses in world-class wine and pairing a sharing menu in City Winery's intimate venue. Learn more at citywinery.com/Pittsburgh.
So, true story. I got this window in the bathroom upstairs. First of all, the windows are old. We're in a house that's 80 years old. This window has a particular issue because we had to jam it up because we had some leakage that came down into the living room. Guess what? Perfect timing. Windows Direct has this amazing opportunity. This is the deal, folks, at Universal Windows Direct. Right now, if you buy 2 windows, you get 2 free, and we need 2 windows. If you buy 4, you get 4 free. You get it. Boy, they're comfortable, energy efficient. On top of that, 0% financing for 60 months. By the way, that's 5 years interest-free. This is a great chance to make sure that your house is warm this winter. Universal Windows Direct, 412-545-6003. Universal Windows Direct, 412-545-6003. And like me, you'll be saying, I love my windows.
Folds of Honor has been meeting Sacrifice with Hope since 2019 in Western PA. It's their honor to empower people through education and the opportunities it creates. 41% of Folds of Honor scholarships are awarded to minorities, making recipient families as diverse as the country we call home. Folds of Honor has earned the Gold Star Platinum Seal, as well as 4 out of 4-star rankings on Charity Navigator. You can join their squadron today at westernpa.foldsofhonor.org. Please donate today. Spitzer Toyota of Monroeville is a proud supporter of Folds of Honor.
Do you have shoeboxes full of old videotapes and photos with memories you'd love to share with the family this Christmas? Right now, get exclusive early access to Legacy Box's biggest deal of the year. Digitize your memories for just $9 per tape. That's right, only $9 to preserve and share your precious moments. VHS, VHS-C, Hi-8, film reels, and more, saving you over $15 per item. Not to mention, when you digitize your memories now, Legacy Box sends all your memories back on the cloud, so they're easy to access by Christmas, and you can relive them with your family just in time for the holidays. You've heard about Legacy Box all year, but now is the best time to digitize your memories. Hurry, this $9 deal won't last long. Head to legacybox.com/value for early access to our best deal of the year. Don't wait. Secure your digitized memories by Christmas at legacybox.com/value.
Is thinning hair or a receding hairline making you self-conscious? Try Hair Grow from New Nordic. Stop feeling embarrassed about thinning hair and start feeling your best with Hair Grow.
When you call yourself the voice of Pittsburgh, you have to know when to not talk. Sometimes you just need to be the ears of Pittsburgh. Just listen. Listen to what you have to say. These are complicated and uncertain times, but when you need us, we're here for you, and we're listening. A trusted source that you can count on to be here. 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
Hey, if you're a mom or dad of a high school athlete who dreams of playing in college, the steps you take now could make all the difference between earning a scholarship or nothing at all. As Pittsburgh's premier recruitment agency, M7 Sports helps you understand what you need to do while giving you and your child the tools to grab the attention of coaches and recruiters. From hype videos to social media guidance. For expert guidance on the road to recruitment, visit m7sports.agency today.
And now for a business news update from the Pittsburgh Business Times, I'm managing editor Mike Larson. In what may be its most consequential board meeting in some time, the board of the Urban Redevelopment Authority of Pittsburgh yesterday voted into place key funding mechanisms to help kickstart $600 million in redevelopment activity, as well as to establish a value capture district to create a $740 million mixed-use neighborhood on the Ohio riverfront. The URA board voted forward the funding allocation plan to front $10.35 million in URA funding and to approve the allocation of $18 million in state grants to move forward 6 downtown building conversions and 1 renovation plan expected to add nearly 1,000 units to the Golden Triangle as part of a $600 million in public-private announcement 2 weeks ago by Pennsylvania Governor Josh Shapiro as a reinvention strategy for the Central Business District. Also, NVIDIA has tapped Carnegie Mellon University startup Ultron AI to join its Inception Accelerator program. The startup utilizes computer vision, a form of technology where artificial intelligence is able to analyze visual data from images and videos to help retailers optimize operations. Born out of 2 decades of AI research, the startup can offer self-checkout, self-monitoring, and in-store analytics. For more on these stories and other local business news, log on to pittsburghbusinesstimes.com. I'm Mike Larson.
Where Pittsburgh comes to talk. 100.1 FM and AM 1020. KDKA.
One of my favorite people. She's a college girl. College. Natalie, how are you?
I'm good. How are you, Marty?
We went to college for knowledge. That's what we used to say.
Yeah.
When I was in college, this is true. I was telling my daughter this because there's so much pressure on kids these days to really do well in college. Because if you want to go to law school or anything, you have to have a great grade point. And I remember this distinctly. I had consecutive semesters, 1.5 grade point, 1.7 and 1.9. And my father called me and he said, your mother cries every time she gets your grades. And my point isn't to brag that I was an idiot. My point is that I found my love of my life there, which was television and radio. And that's all I did 24/7. It changed my life, and I survived and thrived. How hard is it for a young person, knowing the financial obligation when you graduate, to make sure you find something that you both enjoy, Natalie, and that you can get paid to pay off your debt? It's tough, isn't it?
Yeah, it's stressful too, especially when you doubt, like, your major at some points and you're like, oh God, I don't know what I'm going to do now because I'm like 16 courses deep and halfway through school, and it's stressful.
Well, using simple math, my daughter's there. So it's, let's say 40 grand a year. That's 160. She wants to go to law school. Is that 3 years?
Yeah. 2 years.
2 years?
Oh yeah, 3.
3 years. So that's another 150, honestly. So now you're at over $300,000, you better want to be a lawyer. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, exactly.
And so,
no, I get it.
How does this weigh on you? Do you think about this a lot?
I try not to think about it because it stresses me out.
Yeah.
And committing to something when you're 18 is obviously a crazy thing to do, in my opinion. Yeah, I just try not to think about it and post-grad because it actually gives me anxiety when I do.
Well, why wouldn't it?
And now I'm like stuck on, not stuck, but you
I get it.
Go with.
But check this out. Here's the other issue, and this is even bigger.
Yeah.
So your dad says to you, you want to be a social worker. I'm going to spend $350 grand for you to be a damn social worker, and it pays $47,000. So now you got to think, not only do I have to find something that I like, but it better pay. And that's even tougher, is it not, my friend?
No, it is. especially in this economy. Not to sound like that, but I mean, it's true.
Natalie Silverman from Pitt, I love her outlook. And I tell my kids, find something you love, and you'll be fine. Because you can't be a lawyer that hates the law. You can't be a doctor that hates blood. You know what I'm saying, Natalie?
Yeah.
So right now, what is your dream? Do you know?
I mean, my dream is probably a broadcast journalist, but
Right.
that's also, you think about it down the road, and in that field, it's like, okay, so after college, if I really want to do it, I'll probably have to be placed wherever in America for like 2-4 years, working at a small news station, and that's hence brings me back to why I don't think about it, because it's
No, it's true. And you pay $25,000, and it's
that too.
But let me say this. I loved the journey, man, and I loved starving because I love the game. And I'll tell you what I tell my kids. If you love the game, you'll be fine. If you hate the game and you want to be a surgeon or financial analyst because you want to get paid, you're screwing up because you don't want to be miserable with money. I'd rather be poor and happy than rich and miserable as hell. And you should tell your friends that and live by that. Find something you love, my friend, and you're good at this. And if you stay good at it, you'll kick ass like I do. You can be the next Marty Griffin.
I mean, that'd be great.
Right?
Yeah.
Hey, you going to the game tomorrow?
Yes.
Is there going to be a big crowd? Hit or miss?
After last weekend,
No, see.
I would hope so because it's the last home game, but I think all hopes of beating Clemson were dashed when UVA kind of embarrassed us.
Yeah, they looked horrible.
Yeah.
I love Pitt. I love that my daughter loves Pitt, and I love hearing from you. I love your insight. Remember, stick with what you love, all right?
Of course.
All
Thanks,
right,
Marty.
my friend. We'll talk to you next week. She's absolutely fantastic. What I call a breath of fresh air.
The KDKA mobile news fleet is driven by Jim Shorkey Kia, North Huntington, Wexford, and Uniontown. Visit Shorkey Kia today.
The Village at St. Barnabas, the perfect place for moms.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm. If you own a timeshare, don't miss this public service announcement from Chuck McDowell, founder of Wesley Financial Group.
If you receive an unsolicited phone call or mail piece to discuss selling, renting, or especially canceling your timeshare, don't fall for it. If you really want out of your timeshare, hang the phone up immediately or throw that mail piece in the trash and contact your timeshare resort or Wesley Financial Group for assistance with your timeshare. As the only Inc. 500 timeshare cancellation company, our knowledge, experience, and results has made Wesley a trusted resource for over 40,000 families we've helped get out of their timeshare. Give us a call, and I'll send you our timeshare exit information kit free with the straight facts about your timeshare and all of your options for cancellation.
Call for your free info kit, 800-329-2121. 800-329-2121. 800-329-2121.
Putting on the uniform after being sidelined? What a feeling. You've spent hours icing, stretching, rehabbing, and now AHN Sports Medicine has you back on the field. Your injury is a distant memory, your speed back in full force, and your ball skills have never looked so good. You're back at your best. Maybe better than your best. Go next level at ahn.org/sportsmed.
You know, Mont Baker's my joint, right? So a couple things here. Due to production scheduling, Sunday, November 25th, last day to place orders for Thanksgiving at Oakmont Bakery. They got so much stuff. Spiced pumpkin pie, handmade fruit and cream pies, pumpkin cream cheese roll, pumpkin cheesecakes, 3D pumpkin-shaped cakes. Love it. Pies, cakes, breads, whatever you choose. Remember, production scheduling. Have your order in by Sunday, November 25th. Oakmont Bakery. Delicious.
SchultzFord.com, 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 SchultzFord.com.
KDKA and KDKA FM HD2 Pittsburgh, W261AX Pittsburgh.
Always live on the free Odyssey app. From the Aetna Medicare Solutions Studio.
Proud to be the voice of Pittsburgh. 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
It's 51 with fog at 12 o'clock. I'm Paul Rasmussen. Bloomfield residents and business owners brought their concerns about crime to a community meeting with police last night. The officers heard about increasing package thefts from porches and vehicles. And this man said the lack of a police presence is part of the problem.
It's unconscionable to us that on Liberty Avenue, these criminals have the guts to just smash open the window. We feel like nobody's paying attention, and it's deeply concerning.
A police lieutenant told residents the department is trying to bring back a beat system, but an obstacle is a lower than ideal number of officers. Patrols are being added in Bloomfield, with more of them at night starting next year. A priest in Washington County has pleaded guilty to stealing more than $100,000 from his church to fuel a gambling addiction. News Radio KDKA's Tamira Rush has that story.
The Pennsylvania Attorney General's office says Father George Athanasiou pleaded guilty earlier this week to felony theft charges that were filed last year after more than $117,000 was stolen from the All Saints Greek Orthodox Church's bank account. Athanasiou was suspended from his duties as a priest without pay pending the investigation. The Attorney General's office says Father Athanasiou paid back $155,000 in restitution and will be sentenced early next year. Tamira Rush, News Radio, KDKA.
It appears the weather will be good for this weekend's football games. AccuWeather's Joe Lundberg says both days should be dry.
Yeah, I don't think we have to worry about any kind of rain. And relatively mild both days. Should be in the 50s without any problems, maybe even low 60s on Sunday.
Joe says the mild condition should continue through the middle of next week. The terrible tailgate lives after finding a new home. News Radio KDKA's David Ballarato has the story.
Kevin Adams, the man behind the popular Terrible Tailgate, tells KDKA's Colin Dunlap he's found a new spot for his popular tailgate. That's after Alco Parking told him and others they can't use their usual spots due to complaints about some tailgates just becoming too big. So now they're moving to the Canal Lot at Nova Place.
They were ecstatic to have us there. They have a parking garage across the street that if you're coming and you want to park with us, you can, but they would prefer if you would park in the parking garage directly across the street, and then they're going to give us roughly half of the parking lot in order to throw the tailgates moving forward.
His guests at this week's tailgate are Donnie Shell, Rocky Blair, and John Kolb. David Ballarato, News Radio, KDKA.
Americans stepped up their spending last month. Retail sales rose 0.4% from September to October. A 1.6% jump in sales at auto dealers drove much of the gain. On Wall Street, the Dow is down 331 points at 43,420. The Nasdaq down 424 points, more than 2% on the day so far, and the S&P is down 80 points. KDKA Sports, the Whitfield football playoffs, powered by Bowser Chevrolet, resume tonight. Here's play-by-play man Dan Zangrilli.
Tonight it's Bethel, Pine Richland. Tomorrow afternoon at 12 from Norwin High School, the 4A title game. It's McKeesport TJ, and then at night it's the 6 p.m. 6A showdown, Central Catholic North Allegheny.
All three games are on KDKA Radio. Our coverage starts tonight with the Swart Out Financial Kickoff Show at 6. In college basketball, Pitt hosts WVU in the Backyard Brawl, and the Pens will play the Blue Jackets in Columbus. The news is brought to you by P.J. Fitzpatrick. For your home's windows, siding, doors, and bath, trust PJ.com. KDKA Radio News Time is 12:04. Time to call Metropolitan Windows during their fall sale. Save 30% off their full line of exclusive Infinity from Marvin fiberglass windows. Call 412-655-8411. Skies are overcast. It's 51 now at Pittsburgh International. The AccuWeather forecast is next.
I'm talking with John Diagardi of Rome Monument about purchasing your monument in advance. John, what are some reasons why a family would want to purchase their monument pre-need?
People should not make quick decisions under stress that they'll regret later. Pre-planning can relieve your family from the emotional and financial burdens that accompany these decisions.
John, what challenges are there when purchasing your monument pre-need?
Many people just can't imagine seeing their name and birth date on a monument now while they're still alive. Rome Monument has options for you. One option is to place the memorial in the cemetery without your name and birth date. When the time comes, we can add that information to your memorial on site. Another option is that we've designed your monument, finish the inscription, and store it until it is needed. When the time comes, Rome Monument will install your memorial in your cemetery.
These are great things to know, John. Friends, visit one of Rome Monument's 9 showrooms or learn more at RomeMonuments.com.
Are you worried about the state of the economy? Concerned about market crashes and rising inflation wiping out your savings? At Noble Gold Investments, we understand your fears and have a solution. Call us today at 1-888-403-1050. Imagine safeguarding you and your family with a tangible asset that has stood the test of time. Gold. With Noble Gold Investments, you can diversify your portfolio and protect your wealth from economic turmoil. Our team will guide you through the process, ensuring you make informed decisions that best suit your needs. Call Noble Gold Investments today at 1-888-403-1050. That's 1-888-403-1050. The future is uncertain. Take control now. Call 1-888-403-1050.
Past performance may not be indicative of future results. Investing in precious metals, including gold, involves risks. Consult with your tax attorney or financial professional before making an investment decision.
The KDKA AccuWeather forecast is brought to you by JP Roofing and Siding, Pittsburgh's #1 Platinum Preferred Roofing Replacement Contractor. Call 412-829-7711.
Areas of dense fog persisting through midday. Otherwise, it'll be cloudy and damp the rest of today with occasional rain and drizzle and a high of 56. Cloudy tonight with spotty drizzle and a low of 45. For AccuWeather, I'm meteorologist Joe Lundberg, 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
Looking for the perfect gift? Want to make shopping easy? OliverFlowers.com. Flowers, plants, candy, cuddly plush animals, and yes, balloon bouquets are back. Go to OliverFlowers.com to start your holiday shopping and decorating today. OliverFlowers.com.
The 50,000-watt voice of Pittsburgh. 100.1 FM and AM 1020. KDKA.
Don't spend a lot of time on the Trump minutia, the cabinet appointments. I just don't. I don't want to get down to that. But that Kennedy guy's a weirdo. Sorry, he's a weirdo. He's a freak. He's a goofball. He's a psycho. He should not be doing anything but getting therapy. Weirdo. Literally said he had this Kennedy guy said he had a worm in his brain. Yeah. Said it ate part of his brain. Okay. He had this animal. He had like a whale. He tied it to the roof of his car. Remember that one? Then he cut the head off of it. Then he had a bear. He had a bear that he hit, killed, and he had that. And then he ditched it in the park and lied about how it died. What else did he do? This guy's going to run one of the most significant departments in the world. Oh, he says that. And as if we don't have enough problem with parents freaked out over their kids getting vaccines because they listen to this crap. He doesn't believe in vaccines. He says they cause autism with it, which is a bald-faced lie. He should be arrested for saying that. There's this undercurrent of insanity in the medical world where these folks go to these witch doctors. And now we're going to listen to a witch doctor who said he had I'm not lying. This isn't far-left media hype. This guy said he had a worm ate part of his brain. And before he became boys with Trump, he said that he could have 5 more brains in his worm and he'd still be smarter than Trump and beat Trump and Biden in a debate. He's just a goof. He's a weirdo. I would feel so much better about my family doctor, Dr. Dave, than McAdams, who went to Georgetown and is a brilliant doctor, or 800 different doctors that I would nominate Don Yealy from UPMC tomorrow before I would want that goofball Kennedy running any department. His whole family, all the Kennedys, they flat out say he's nuts. One more thing, then I'll move on. Because I got to read this email I got this morning. It's all about this same thing. How people have lost relationships over this election. And it breaks my heart. And like Rob is texting me now. Rob's one of my closest friends. He's a staunch conservative. And we've never had a fight about politics. I love him. He's my son's godfather. I would give him a kidney. I told my wife, her sister texted her from Colorado. She's in Aspen. And said that she got in a big fight with a 20-year friend because what happened? Oh, the friend found out that she voted for Trump. And so she can't believe that she would do something so disgusting. I tell my wife, if your friend's going to treat you that way, that was never your friend, man. I just don't buy into that craziness of losing relationships or friendships over a friggin' vote, man. It ain't happening. Now, there's no one out there who can tell me that this Kennedy guy's normal. You just can't. He's a weirdo. He is by any standard, man. I got this message this morning from Gary. It breaks my heart, and he's calling right now. Grab that if you can, please, Alonzo. And what happened because of this election. These stories make me sick because I think that we lose sight of what matters in our lives. And what matters is our family. That's all that matters. I tell my kids this all the time. You're going to find out because we have dinner together every night. And I tell them, the only thing that matters is what's sitting at this table. That's it. To pledge to love each other. I could give a crap who you voted for. Now, if you're going to try and tell me Kennedy's a decent guy, I'm going to tell you he's a crackpot, and I'm going to prove it. My friend Gary, good afternoon, Gary. How are you?
Good, my friend. Good, Marty. Good.
Well, you got me thinking this morning. It made me sad, and this is so common. What happened in your family because of this ridiculous election, it breaks my heart. Tell our listeners what happened.
Well, long story short, I guess to do it this way. Past weekend before the day after the election, we got blindsided. Said, hey, you're not coming. We went to go see the kids' soccer game. Don't worry about it. You don't have to come, this and that.
Ooh.
So I'm thinking, wow, what did we do?
Right.
Not thinking it had anything to do with the election. And then we find out later that day or the next day, she sent a kind of nasty text to my wife, who's my first wife, rest her soul. This is my second wife, but you never know. She fits in perfect.
Right.
And she read to me, and it all stemmed from the Trump thing. And I'm like, oh my God, yeah, we did vote for Trump.
So what?
But well, Marty, I'm old school, and I'm not saying he's perfect.
No, but hold on, so people know this. This is your. Hold on, man. Tell people what happened because they don't know what happened. Your wife's daughter said to hell with you guys because you voted for Trump, right?
Pretty much, yeah. Well, it's my daughter. My wife is the stepmother, I guess.
So your actual daughter says, Dad, I want nothing to do with you.
Pretty much right now, yeah. She goes, she needs time, and she blocked us.
What do you mean blocked you? What do you mean?
Phone, Facebook, everything.
Your own daughter?
Yes, sir.
And told you to stay away from her house for Thanksgiving?
Well, she's supposed to be coming to our house. They're not coming.
They're not coming?
No. And then the holidays, Christmas coming up. I guess my son is a very anxious person.
Yeah.
And he's for Trump, and she blocked him too. So.
Oh, no.
And then with Marty, it's something that, what? Times are different. It's not what it used to be when I grew up. And I understand things change. But I still have morals. I still believe in the good Lord and the way things were, the way I was raised.
Yeah, but hold on. I can't add it up. Why your daughter would say, Dad, in essence, I don't love you or want you anymore as my dad because of what you voted for?
Yeah, she got pretty ugly. She said some ugly things about me to my wife, and I'm second guessing. I go, my wife goes, geez, did I do this? Am I that bad of a person? She goes, I don't think so. I've been with you for how many years now? So I don't know. It took me by surprise. Trust me.
And how did she even know who you voted for? Not to be a jerk here.
I don't know because we neither of us mentioned it. We didn't. Our close friends might have an idea we were going that direction, but they didn't say nothing. I'll do admit on Facebook. I did post.
So
I voted.
What? Bob,
that's all
so
I did.
what? Come
Don't
on.
know, Marty.
Come on.
If I had the question, I can understand. She figures our vote would hurt my grandchildren. And
what?
honestly, my vote was trying to help my grandchildren, but whatever. It's.
But you're not saying whatever because this kind of hurts you. You wouldn't have even mentioned this if this didn't hurt you, right?
Oh, big time. We wouldn't be me and my wife the past week and a half haven't slept right, done right, and we're just like. And the thing is, Marty, once you say ugly things like that,
no, I agree, man.
It's kind of hard to forget. You know what I mean? You hold that to your heart, and it's just over an election that I told my wife, I go, 4 years from now, it could be all different again.
4 years from now, Monday goes to Tuesday, man.
No kidding. I mean, I don't know.
Man,
society's crazy. That's I look at things. I'm just like,
are you going to try? Are you going to try and drive over there and make it up, or what?
Right now, I don't know. I know I should be the bigger person. I'm the parent. I'm the father.
I would.
I hear you.
Bite it, brother. Eat it, man.
It's ugly.
Hey, my man.
You know?
Here's my thing. If the window closes tomorrow, man, something happens to you tomorrow, then she can't ever talk to Dad again, and she'll be jacked up till she dies. And my point is, I would drive over there and say, what do I need to do? You're my daughter. I love you. We got to make this right. And
you're right, Marty.
If I can help in any way, get you a turkey, get you a cake, or I'm serious, man, get you a cake from my bakery, whatever the hell you want, man. You let me know. I'm all in, all right?
Nah, you're fine, brother.
All right,
you're
man.
fine. I appreciate it.
Thanks for being
Thanks,
you.
Marty.
All right, man.
Have a good one, buddy. Thanks.
Reason why I wanted to hear from him is because he's speaking for a lot of people. I was telling my wife, couples have gotten divorced over this. Businesses have split up over this. Legit. For real. For real.
All the news you need for your day and the sports, music, and podcasts you love are all on the free Odyssey app. Download now.
This portion of the show is sponsored by Awaken 180 Weight Loss. Visit them at awaken180weightloss.com.
Build up to Black Friday with savings all month long at Lowe's. Get up to 50% off select major appliances. Plus, take an additional 10% off when you buy select major appliances. And don't wait to pick up holiday inflatables under $20. Don't wait to save. In-store or online now. Because Lowe's knows deals. Valid 11/6 through 12/4. Cannot be combined with additional discounts. See Lowe's.com for details and qualifying items while supplies last.
Imagine a world where animals and humans coexist in harmony, where wild animals thrive, habitats are protected, and marginalized communities are empowered. At International Animal Rescue, this is our vision. Our holistic, community-led projects not only rescue animals, but also protect and replenish precious habitats, creating a better future for us all. But we can't do this without you. Show your support now and help keep the wild wild. Visit internationalanimalrescue.org.
Just a few of the reasons why CCAC rocks. Listen to this. The degrees. Business management, criminal justice, culinary arts, graphics communications, film technology, mechatronics technology, medical insurance specialists, cybersecurity, software development, nursing, I'm serious, facilities maintenance technology, heating and air conditioning technology, welding, just a few of the degrees. And you leave school with no debt. CCAC rocks.
Is your home ready for the holidays? Beat the holiday rush and call our cleaning heroes at Zero Res. 3 rooms of carpet clean starting at just $129 and take $75 off air duct cleaning. Book online anytime at ZeroResPGH.com.
All of November at G&G Fitness Equipment. Take advantage of our Black Friday sale and our best deals of the year. Deals from top manufacturers like Matrix, True Fitness, and Gronk Fitness. Offering free delivery and install on select items and 0% financing options. Now is the time to purchase the gift of fitness for your dream gym. Visit us at the nearest G&G Fitness Equipment location and save big.
Share all the holiday joy this season with the convenient shipping and enhanced network of the United States Postal Service. Visit USPS.com/holiday ride.
Hi, this is elder law attorney Carl Zachariah. Betty called me last week because her mother's in a nursing home and had given her $30,000 2 years ago. I told her that 5-year look back will not apply. We can get it fixed. Call Zachariah Brown at 724-942-6200 or visit PittsburghElderLaw.com.
Every time I go into the offices of Physical, that's FYZICAL in Monroeville, where I get physical therapy, to help my balance, I see a room full of patients waiting that heard how much it's helped me on this talk show. And it's so rewarding. FYZICAL, 412-457-8200, right behind the Monroeville Mall. Look, I had chemo and radiation, jacked up my balance. It doesn't anymore. Physical, FYZICAL, it works.
CBS Eye on Veterans from connectingvets.com. The video editing capability of artificial intelligence is expanding so rapidly that Air Force veteran and computer programmer Tim Kitchens says it will soon revolutionize the movies we watch.
Just because it's only 60 seconds today, like I said, it's advancing so much faster than even the researchers predict that who knows a year from now, we may be looking at full-length films produced by AI that you can't tell are AI, and eventually probably films that can be customized to your own personal preferences.
AI may be able to, at one point, generate me wearing a green screen suit against a flat wall, and then boom, I'm in all these scenes with Tom Cruise.
And you won't have to do your own stunts.
Brought to you by Progressive Insurance. Progressive offers a great price and around-the-clock protection when bundling home and auto. It's one of those rare times where you could save money and get something great. Bundle today at Progressive.com.
Pittsburgh's 100.1 FM and AM 1020. KDKA.
I have never, and I've made some, as you probably know, you listen to this show, I've made some people angry in my career over positions taken or sides taken or things that we want to make change. Like Sarah and Amarado's people don't like me right now because I don't think their tax increase of 50% makes any sense. In fact, one of my friends, Michelle, grabs me last night. We were at an awards dinner for the soccer kids for my daughter. And says, great job in the tax increase. And I said, well, Sarah and Amarado's people were upset that. She said, I don't care. I'm not paying 50%. And I just, but to lose relationships over Trump. And by the way, this has been happening since the beginning of time. People have, back in the day, they had duels. The politicians had duels. So you know this. I tell my kids, this isn't unique. I mean, think of the riots in the 60s and 70s. Come on, man. We burned cities and they blew up buildings. And, you know, think of the Black Panther movement and all these things in America. This isn't unique. Think of the Civil War, okay? But to imagine that, like that gentleman lost his daughter, in essence. She told him to go away, blocked him on her phone and on Facebook, and they're not coming over for Thanksgiving over his vote for Trump. I know a bunch of women are really upset with any man that voted for Trump because they believe that you're a misogynist, that a lot of women, whether you want to hear this or not, and I hear this all day long because I'm around a lot of women, because I'm crazy. No, because my wife is very organized and has large groups of friends. They're extremely upset that men would abandon them and that they would vote for, in their terms, a misogynist. And I don't know. I can't spend my time on that, man. I'm sitting here this morning, and I'm going to be honest with you. I'm sitting here this morning because I was enraged last night, almost to the point of tears. You know how you get so mad you're almost crying? With a woman that sent me a note. And my point is, and I'm going to give you context on life in general and what friggin' matters to me. What matters to me, and this is what matters to me. And let me find this. And I went off on this last night. I was on the phone for hours. And I'll tell you why. I'm going to read this. Listen, this woman thinks she might have cancer. Cancer. Okay? She's a young woman. And she's waiting on a radiologist to read 2 ultrasounds that she had on October 22nd. Okay? So she wants to know whether she's going to live or die or lose her friggin' kidneys. So pardon me if I don't give a flying rat's behind if you're mad at me because I did or didn't vote for Trump. I'm just telling you. I ain't doing it. And I went off last night on this. I was texting everyone and their mother. And I got her scans read. But my point is there aren't enough doctors, there aren't enough radiologists. And so to imagine that people would lose their family over a vote, man. I don't know. Makes me sad. Jim, go ahead.
Hey, Marty. I'm the only Trump voter in a liberal family. I am dreading Thanksgiving.
Oh. Will it come up? Will it come up?
I'm going to say 80% yes. Something of that nature will come up.
And what? You become the bad guy?
I don't know, but I'm fully prepared to go off because I took it once, but I'm not going to be treated like that.
When you say treated like that, what happens?
Well, I got, my father-in-law would say, anybody who votes for Trump is a loser. I had that once in a family, and you know what I did? I left their daughter. I'm not being treated like that again.
So hold on. Hold on. You ruined a marriage over it?
Oh no, not that.
Oh.
Not the Trump thing, but they would call me, no common sense.
Yeah.
Dingy, stuff like that. And I just got sick of it and I left their daughter.
Wow. And
best thing I ever did. I might have to eat all the turkey because I think I might have to keep my mouth full.
So they're all Democrats, and you're the only Trumper.
Correct.
Wow. And they're going to give you crap at Thanksgiving.
They might. I'm full. I want to say I'm fully prepared, but thank God my wife will, but I'm not going to be treated like I'm a leper because I voted for somebody else.
It wouldn't even come up in my house. Maybe we're missing out on some fighting in families. I think my family's kind of split, a Republican and Democrat. I don't really care. I just don't, man. I care about my family. My sister has pancreatic cancer. I don't give a crap if she votes for the man on the moon. I'll say, God bless you. I like the man on the moon. Come on, let's get you living one more day. I ain't going there over. I'm just not happening, man. I spent my night fighting for a woman to get her scans read that she's waiting since October 4th. That's what I give a crap about. Go ahead, Steve.
Hi, how you doing, Marty?
What's
Just
up,
want
man?
to say, I've been on the road here. I've been listening to what people have been saying. I voted for Trump in 2016
Yeah.
because I'm tired of these political hacks and ex-military. It never really worked for a living running the government.
I get it.
And then when Trump was elected, or right around that time, the guy never put the phone down. He was like a 14-year-old. That kind of turned me off.
I get it.
And then everything that's happened between 16 and now, there's no way I'd vote for the guy. It's like, what's wrong with you people?
I get it.
And
I get it. This guy said, I can't call for the end of political name calling, then you call Mr. Kennedy a weirdo. I'm not having it both ways. He's a weirdo. The facts speak for it, sir. He's nuts. He's been called nuts by insiders. And by the way, we don't fight over this at dinner. Everyone in my family, the Trumpers included, think Kennedy's a weirdo. Sir, the guy said he had a worm in his brain. Sir, worms in his brain. I'm sorry, but you got to speak up. But we're not fighting over turkey at Thanksgiving over that, sir. He's a weirdo, sir. He's a freak. He should not be in power.
When you're hiring for your business, ZipRecruiter's powerful matching technology makes finding qualified candidates for your job easy. This made us wonder, what if the rest of the world was as easy as ZipRecruiter? Math problems wouldn't be so problematic.
K equals 42.
Escape rooms? Elementary. And summiting Everest would be a walk in the park. In the meantime, if you want to make your hiring easier, use ZipRecruiter. And right now, you can try it for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. In fact, 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Simple. So, see what the world is like when ZipRecruiter does the hard work of hiring for you. Just go to ZipRecruiter.com/free to try ZipRecruiter for free. Once again, that's ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter.com/free.
From the Aetna Medicare Solutions Studio.
Proud to be the voice of Pittsburgh.
100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
It's 52 degrees at Pittsburgh International at 12:30. I'm David Ballarado. Well, we're having some technical difficulties. Bear with us. Service is partially restored on Pittsburgh Regional Transit's Silver Line and Library. This is after an electrical cable failed earlier this week. Now the Silver Line is open to Lytle Station, but will likely stay closed from there to Library Station through next week. Shuttle buses, however, will run between those two stations along Route 88. The fire that destroyed Riley's Poorhouse in Carnegie yesterday has opened up a flood of memories among the popular bar and restaurant's patrons and former workers. News Radio KDKA's Paul Rasmussen has more. Again, apologies for the technical difficulties we seem to be having. On Wall Street right now, we can tell you stocks are lower yet again today across the board. The Dow is currently lower by 368 points. The NASDAQ is down 425 points. That's more than almost 2.25%, actually. The S&P 500 is down 82 points. KDK Radio News Time, 12:31. Our next update is at 1 o'clock. I'm David Ballarado on the Voice of Pittsburgh, News Radio KDKA.
This holiday season, while many children are wishing for toys, others are wishing for something much more meaningful, a safe and loving home. At Casa of Westmoreland, our volunteers give a voice to abused and neglected children in foster care so that they can find a loving, permanent home. You can make a difference by becoming a CASA volunteer and helping a child's wish come true. Become a CASA and be the reason a child finds hope, security, and a loving family this holiday season. Visit casaofwestmoreland.org. One voice can change a child's story.
The door-busting sales event is happening now at Spitzer Toyota Monroeville. We're rolling out the red carpet and unleashing huge Black Friday savings all month long. Plus, available low financing rates, 0 down leases, top dollar trade allowances. And with any new Toyota, get a no-charge lifetime warranty, complimentary maintenance, and so much more. Hurry, come see one of the largest new Tacoma selections in Western PA.
Whack more, spend less at Spitzer Toyota Monroeville.
Our world revolves around you.
See dealer for details.
Looking for the perfect holiday gift? Give your loved ones peace of mind on the road with a AAA gift membership for only $35. And as part of this special radio offer, AAA will waive the admission fee, add 2 free eligible household members, and you'll receive a free $20 gift card. That's a total value of $168 for only $35. Stop by your local AAA branch or visit online at AAA.com/gift. Limited time offer, restrictions apply.
When you're hiring, ZipRecruiter's technology makes finding qualified candidates for your job easy. What if the rest of the world was as easy as ZipRecruiter? Math problems wouldn't be so problematic.
K equals 42.
And summiting Everest would be a walk in the park. In the meantime, if you want to make your hiring easier, use ZipRecruiter. And right now, you can try it for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Check, check, and check. That's the sound of me getting a jump start on my holiday list. But I can't take all the credit. Kohl's makes it too easy. I got my daughter a mini instant camera, my husband his favorite cologne, my sister Kookaburra by UGG slippers, and that's just the beginning. Then I got 20% off some of my other gifts. Yep, it doesn't get better than Kohl's. Select styles. Offer valid to November 23rd. Coupons do not apply to Tech, Sephora at Kohl's, and Kookaburra by UGG. Some exclusions apply. See store or Kohl's.com for details.
The KDKA AccuWeather forecast is brought to you by JP Roofing and Siding, Pittsburgh's #1 Platinum Preferred Roofing Replacement Contractor. Call 412-829-7711.
Cloudy and damp for the rest of today. Areas of fog lifting, but there'll still be bits of rain and drizzle from time to time. High 56. Tonight, cloudy, perhaps a bit of drizzle, low 45. Clouds giving way to some sun later tomorrow, high 55. For AccuWeather, I'm meteorologist Joe Lundberg, 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
Did you miss this week's Allegheny Health Network Medical Frontiers? Log on to the Allegheny Health Network website to listen to your favorite Medical Frontiers show. Visit ahn.org/Medical Frontiers podcast and look for your favorite Medical Frontiers show.
The KDKA radio text line is driven by Kenny Ross Auto Group. Find your best deal and Pittsburgh's best warranty at kennyross.com.
All right, here we go. Friday, we've reached the end of the week. So much to get into. 2 to 6 today. And catch me, Colin Dunlap, right here. KDK.
What's up? I'm having a little sandwich. Sorry. Let me get some water. We'll try again. It's a 4-hour show. I'm not complaining. I'm just saying. So, this guy texts me. Let me swallow here. That, this guy, who I know really well, has a big-time job, runs a big business. His sisters. And by the way, he's a wonderful guy. His name's Bob. His sisters will not talk to him over Trump. I had this long talk about this with my wife last night. I don't get this stuff, man. I just can't. And my man, I've been around. I've seen everything twice. I've taken on some of the biggest targets you ever heard of in your life. I mean, but I don't have disagreements like this over politics. I'm just not going to do it. But my friend Bob, who has an amazing job, he's an amazing guy. He's a wonderful guy. Him and his wife voted for two different people, so I'm guessing his wife voted for Harris and he voted for Trump. And they're cool with it. They just don't talk about it much, and it works out fine, which is fine. I don't tell people how to run their marriages. Marriage is tough enough. But his sisters won't talk to him at all. At all. That's screwed up, man. You need counseling, man. I mean, of all the stuff going on, man, you get one family, and I mean this, I'm not trying to be morbid, but people die, man, and they die suddenly. One of my friends sent me a note last night that her best friend was diagnosed and dead from pancreatic cancer in 2 months. Do you think she gives a damn about who was voting for whom? You know what I'm saying? I can't wrap my arms around this insanity. And my buddy Bob, who's one of the nicest guys I've ever known, he's like, his sisters won't talk to him because they found out. He voted for Trump. I guess you could drill down on it and it makes you a bad guy because you think he's a bad guy. I guess. I don't know. I ain't going there with my family. It's just too important to me. I would say half my family, brothers and sisters, voted for Trump. Half voted for Kamala. I don't care. I just don't. I have a wonderful life and an amazing family. They would die for me today, and I'll take that. I don't care who you voted for. Ted, go ahead, man. Thanks for your patience.
Yeah, Marty. About 2.5 years ago, my older brother passed. My younger brother and me were pallbearers. I mentioned to him I would never vote for Trump. He has not spoken to me since that day.
No.
Nope.
What?
He just completely cut me off.
For how long?
2.5 years now.
And this happened at a funeral?
Yep. Our brother's funeral.
And all you said was what?
I'd never vote for Trump. I wouldn't vote for somebody that despicable, I told him.
And what was his response? To hell with you, or he just walked away and never talked to you again?
He just walked away and said, yeah, I know where you stand, and he never spoke to me again.
Is it worth it to you that if he dies, that'll be your last words?
No, I try to reach him. His kids come over my house and visit me all the time.
And he lives in town here?
Yeah.
What, is he just stubborn or what?
I guess so. He just will not take a call from me. I talk to his wife. I talk to his kids.
What?
He will not accept a call from me no matter what.
Man,
I went up to his house, went in, was talking to his wife. He got up, went out the back door, and left.
Wow. Wow. Oh. Do you miss him?
Yo, absolutely.
How old is he?
62.
And so he's willing to. He's, huh? How old are you?
I'm 65.
So he's willing to just die estranged.
Apparently.
What do his kids say? What does his wife say about all this?
They can't make any sense of it.
I don't know what to tell you. I can't. Other than trying to get in his face. And you haven't been able to speak to him in 2 years?
Nope.
Wow. Thanks, my man. Do you regret saying that to him? Do you regret saying that?
Yeah, I regret saying anything to him. I can't imagine somebody taking something like that personal.
I can't either, man. I can't imagine. It can't just be you he has relationship issues with, though. Boy, that's rough. I can't do that. Whoa. 2.5 years. This is real, man. This guy just sent me this picture. Wow. His daughter said, "Don't come over to my house." She blocked him on her phone. She canceled their Thanksgiving plans. Wow. And he just sent me this picture, and he said, let me read this. "My beautiful daughter behind me." So he has this gorgeous daughter. She said, "To hell with you," because he voted for Trump. Man. It's a lot to give up, man. Go ahead, Saul.
Hey, Marty, how are you?
All right. Always a pleasure.
Well, I understand that Kennedy has some strange ideas, but
really,
he's right about one thing for sure, and that's that children and young, healthy people don't need COVID vaccines.
Well, that's your opinion, but every doctor I know, including the chief medical officer at UPMC who watched kids die in his arms, disagrees with you, and so does the data. And if you think there's one thing good about him, I'll find 100 things bad about him. You're now telling kids not to get COVID vaccines. Then they'll die. I'm sorry. They're not dying the way they were. And the vaccines are very effective. But, sir, 2 million people died. Okay? Quit this crap. I don't care if you like Kennedy. He's a weirdo. We have this culture now where, and I've had Dr. Don Yealy on about this, where kids are getting whooping cough again and never did. Kids are getting measles again and never did. Kids are getting really sick from the flu and never have. My man Ricky D. Patrick, he says, "I hope you voted for Harris. Perfect reason for me not to talk to you." Oh, is he funny? Ricky D was a sales guy here, and one of the funniest people. But what I love most about him is that every single day I made fun of him. Every day. And now he works the Pitt games. He's tight with Pitt. It's actually very cool.
It's not playoff season.
What was that? No? He works the sidelines at Pitt games, and he holds a football the entire game. That's what he does at the Pitt games. And every time he's at the game, I take a picture of him. And I send it to him, and the picture says, "Man, you put on more weight." Which is what guys do. Ricky, Ozempic, man. It works. I'll see you at the... I hope you voted for Harris. My man, I love you regardless of who you voted for. I have never, ever lost a relationship in my life over someone's vote. Now, my wife's seeing it every day. Honestly, a lot of women are sideways because a lot of women are offended by any woman that voted for Trump. They are, so they get sideways. There are groups, therapy groups, and it's legit. And good luck with that. But these guys, that guy didn't talk to his brother for 2.5 years. My God, that breaks my heart. It does. It breaks my heart too. And it's the danger of this crap, and it's not worth it, folks. It just isn't.
Did you know that now you can listen to all your favorite stations, including this one, shows, and even podcasts, all on the Odyssey app? Download it now.
Maybe the most amazing thing that Robert Levin and Levin Furniture do is this amazing program we have right now. They're having 5 families in need, providing them with free furniture this holiday season. This Levin's Furniture for Families program. He announced it on this show, helping a deserving family. Go to the Get Marty section of KDKRadio.com, nominate a family. Get Marty section of KDKRadio.com, nominate a family. 5 families will get $5,000 worth of furniture, Levin Furniture, and a $500 gift card. Details at KDKRadio.com.
We all want more. More laughs. More hangouts. More, this is the best takeout ever. Excuse me. But if you're 75 or older or 60 or older with certain health conditions, you've also got more risk of getting seriously sick from RSV. But an RSV vaccine lowers your risk, so you can keep doing more of the stuff you love.
Paid for by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services. Risk less, do more. Get started at vaccines.gov.
We all hear the radio ads about the IRS. They tell you to be afraid, to be scared, and they try to frighten you into calling. I'm not here to do that. Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000, $50,000, or $500,000, we have a solution. It doesn't matter if you're sitting in your car, at work, or with your kids. No matter where you are, call now. 800-575-6481. Don't lose hope. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS. Generous programs are now available that can give you a fresh start. Our passion is taxes and helping individuals fix their IRS problems. We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ with the Better Business Bureau. You don't need to be afraid of the IRS any longer. End your tax nightmare today by visiting us online at TRA.com or call 800-575-6481. That's 800-575-6481. Tax Relief Advocates. Real solutions for real people.
100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA. Covered by JP Roofing and Siding. Pittsburgh's #1 platinum roofing company.
Join Odyssey Radio and Pitt Athletics at the Market District at Settlers Ridge, Monday through Wednesday from 2 until 8 p.m. for Hall to Pitt. While you're out buying supplies for your tailgates and Turkey Day celebrations, help us fill up the PGT Pitt truck to benefit the Greater Pittsburgh Community Food Bank. Together, we can bring home the biggest Hall to Pitt. It's brought to you by Saloni's Italian Bakery and by 100.1 FM and AM 1020. KDKA.
Why'd the kid jump off the boat?
I don't know. Why?
Peer pressure.
Oh. Good one, Ned.
Ned isn't funny, but Ned owns a boat, and you don't. So every time Ned tells another one of his unfunny boat puns, you're going to laugh loud and keep on laughing until you get a boat of your own.
A pier where you put a boat.
Yeah, I get it.
And when you do get a boat of your own, make sure you save money by bundling it with your home, auto, or other vehicles with Progressive. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and other insurers. Not available in all states.
Right now at Wendy's, you can get a small Frosty for $1. And literally everyone is going. The car behind you, going to get a $1 Frosty. The car ahead of you, already had one, going for a second. The person who cut you off earlier, you guessed it, $1 Frosty. Maybe it's all a sign for you to go get one. Just don't cut anyone off. No one likes that person. The iconic Frosty for $1, gotta be Wendy's.
Limited time only at participating U.S. Wendy's. Not valid in a combo. Prices may be higher in Alaska, Hawaii, California, and via third-party delivery.
Water damage to your home or business? Don't know what to do next? At ServiceMaster of Greater Pittsburgh, we do. Demand the yellow van.
Demand the yellow van. Call ServiceMaster.
This is the Bloomberg Money Minute. Americans did a lot of spending last month. Some early Black Friday-like sales at Amazon, Walmart, and Target may have helped retail sales come in stronger than expected in October. They were up 0.4%. A boost in auto sales, also giving those retail sales a lift. On Wall Street, though, a post-election rally stalling a little further today, and investors are now giving just 50-50 odds on another interest rate cut in December. That's after Federal Reserve Chair Jerome Powell yesterday said there's no rush to lower rates since the economy is doing so well and inflation is stubbornly high. Right now, the Dow is down 0.8%, the tech-heavy NASDAQ down 2.25%, and the S&P 500 down 1.33%. Shares of vaccine makers like Moderna, Novavax, Pfizer all lower after President-elect Trump nominated vaccine skeptic Robert F. Kennedy Jr. to lead the Department of Health and Human Services. And the U.S. Postal Service today honoring the late comedic actress Betty White with her own stamp. Tom Busby, Bloomberg Radio.
Hear about it, then talk about it. 100.1 FM and AM 1020. KDKA.
this Matt guy who's like Mr. Trumper, he should have a tattoo on his forehead. I'm a Trumper. He loves Kennedy. I'm picking on one guy because of one issue. My man, stop. Stop, Matt. I like you. I like your little opinions. I like you're loyal to Trump. That's your business, but I'm eating. Sorry. It's not one issue, my man. You want me to tell the whale story? I got to tell the whale story because Matt thinks that Kennedy's a cool guy. Patrick, describe the picture, please, and then we'll get into the story.
Well, the picture I'm looking at on X right now, it's Kennedy with a whale's head strapped to the back of an SUV, and he's, well, trimming it with a chainsaw.
This is true.
And it looks like his kids or grandkids are right there onlooking.
They were his kids. Candidate, he found a whale, a dead whale on the beach, and he stuffed it in the back of the car. This is a true story. His daughter they've all kind of written him off. They know Dad's nuts. But Matt thinks he's cool. And so the picture Patrick's talking about is an actual picture of it. They had the whale. He stuffed it in the back of his minivan. Right, Patrick?
Yes, sir.
Then he gets it. This isn't fabricated. This is legit. Then he cuts the whale's head off with a chainsaw. Okay? Then, because who hasn't done this, he strapped the head of the whale to the roof of the minivan for a 5-hour drive home. Listen to the daughter. Every time we accelerated on the highway, this is verbatim, every time we accelerated on the highway, whale juice, oh my God, would pour into the windows of the car, and it was the rankest thing on the planet, Kathleen Kennedy recalls, his daughter. She goes on to say, we all had plastic bags over our heads with mouth holes. We all had plastic, I'm reading this is verbatim. We all had plastic bags with mouth holes over our heads cut out, and people on the highway were giving us the finger. But that was just a normal day-to-day stuff for us, she said. The National Marine Fisheries Service is investigating Kennedy for this. It's illegal, apparently. I didn't know that.
If you're watching our stream on X and Facebook right now, I've got that photo up.
Picture of them cutting it up. And we're not even going to get into the, if you want to get into the bear, that whole thing, Kennedy and the bear, what he did that whole bear thing. And then his belief about, and then Matt says, well, he's just worried about some of the vaccines have mercury. Really? So now, Matt, you're an expert on vaccines and mercury. Do you know a damn thing about vaccines? But what happens, Matt, not that you care, is parents don't get their kids vaccinated, then they get sick and die. And or they get everyone in the school sick. But that doesn't matter to you because he's a good guy. This isn't about Trump. This is about lunacy, man. This dude's nuts. And all I suggest to you to do, Matt, for once in your life, chase the truth here. Just Google search the worm thing with Kennedy. I mean, just based on that alone, how can he be normal? How about this? Kennedy finds a bear cub carcass in Manhattan's park. Okay? He wanted to admit to this before he got outed for this. And killed a bear. Okay? Kennedy said he got waylaid on a busy day of falconry, had to rush back to New York City for a dinner at a steakhouse, which ran late. I had to go to the airport, and the bear was in my car. This is Kennedy's interview. I didn't want to leave the bear in the car because that would have been bad. Then he says the little bit of the redneck in me had an idea. Kennedy just happened to have an old bike in his car, which he said someone had asked him to get rid of. He recalled that the city had just put in bike lanes. I wasn't drinking, of course, but people were drinking with me, and we thought this would be a good idea. So we went and did that, and we thought it would be amusing for whoever found it or something. So he put the bear on the bike and left it in the park. This is your guy, Matt.
Central Park.
Central Park. He hit the bear and killed it, and then decided it'd be fun if he left the carcass in the park on a bike. Thought that would be funny. Hey, that's not normal. And then the earworm thing, the brainworm thing. He literally said he had a brainworm. Michael Scott somehow. These people think this is okay. We got to have normal people. I don't care about your political views, but you got to have normal people heading up some of the most significant departments on earth, and this is a significant department. And so whether or not you think it's okay with the whale and the bear and the brain worm and all that stuff, and whether or not you think my issue, this clown show, and that's what it's become because everybody laughs at him, doesn't think vaccines are effective. And if that becomes the agenda, now we can debate all day that he wants to take fluoride out of water. That's a whole nother conversation. Because as Patrick suggests, there's some data out there that suggests it might not be bad, but most Americans and all dentists think that would be a horrendous idea and our teeth would fall out even more than they do now. So we're getting a weirdo there. But go ahead, Jay.
Okay, so the way I look at it is like this. Okay, so you keep calling this guy a loon.
He's a weirdo. He's a nut.
He's a weirdo.
He's a nut.
Which he is. But what about the boss? What about his boss?
Right. He hired him.
The boss is the real loon.
Well, he got elected. Yeah, I agree with you. What? Yeah.
Yeah. And that's cool. You know what I mean?
I don't think it's cool. I never said it was cool, Jay. Never said it was cool.
No, I know that, Marty. Hey, listen, man, I got respect for you, sir. I'm not saying that you. I don't care who voted for how it went down.
Hold on. This is why I love Jake. You have not ruined relationships with either me or anyone else based on who we vote for.
Man, no. I wouldn't do that.
Right.
That's a little far beyond.
I agree.
Yeah. I'm highly disappointed though because I have a lot of women in my family, so
I get it.
So I appreciated the fact that we had this highly intelligent black woman.
I agree.
Who really qualified to be president.
Hold on. Let me stop you there because I had this argument with a bunch of guys who said to me, well, she's just stupid. I said, my man, I'll give you 2 hours to find some evidence suggesting she's stupid.
Yeah.
That's ignorant.
Asinine. That was asinine.
Did you watch her? Did you watch her destroy him in that debate? Come on, man.
She killed him. Killed him. Now I gotta look at and the other thing that really boggles my mind is that beyond her being really qualified, she didn't have a lot of time.
She did.
But beside her being overly qualified for the presidency, I wanted to see women are by nature they're nurturers.
All right, man. I apologize, but I love hearing from you. Call late in the hour. You're welcome here anytime. It's become a big issue in a lot of families when the husband voted for Trump, as my boy Bob said. He voted for Trump, his wife voted for Kamala, and it's caused friction. It has. Great call.
Do you have shoeboxes full of old videotapes and photos with memories you'd love to share with the family this Christmas? Right now, get exclusive early access to Legacy Box's biggest deal of the year. Digitize your memories for just $9 per tape. That's right, only $9 to preserve and share your precious moments. VHS, VHS-C, Hi8, film reels, and more, saving you over $15 per item. Not to mention, when you digitize your memories now, Legacy Box sends all your memories back on the cloud, so they're easy to access by Christmas, and you can relive them with your family just in time for the holidays. You've heard about Legacy Box all year, but now is the best time to digitize your memories. Hurry, this $9 deal won't last long. Head to legacybox.com/value for early access to our best deal of the year. Don't wait. Secure your digitized memories by Christmas at legacybox.com/value.
The Village at St. Barnabas, the perfect place for moms.
SchultzFord.com, 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 SchultzFord.com.
KDKA and KDKA FM HD2 Pittsburgh, W261AX Pittsburgh.
Always live on the free Odyssey app. From the Aetna Medicare Solutions Studio.
Proud to be the voice of Pittsburgh. 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
It's 52 degrees at Pittsburgh International. At 1 o'clock, I'm David Palomado. Allegheny County Health Department officials have confirmed an outbreak of COVID-19 at a McKeesport Community Living Center. Officials say 11% of the Kane Regional Center residents have tested positive for COVID-19 since the outbreak began on November 4th. All of those affected are displaying mild symptoms and have been sequestered from the rest of the residents under enhanced safety protocols. Visitors are still allowed into the COVID-19 positive center, but they are advised to wear masks. It's a weekend of big events here in Pittsburgh. There's the Backyard Brawl with WVU at Pitt and football games on Saturday and Sunday. Rich Fitzgerald is the executive director of the Southwestern Pennsylvania Commission.
It's not playoff season per se, but it almost feels like that with these two games. You know, Clemson and Pitt in the ACC battling it out for the top positions there. And then, of course, the Steelers and the Ravens go back.
On the Big K Morning Show, Fitzgerald said when the Steelers are at home, fans fly here from all over the country, giving the economy a boost. Local hotels and restaurants do well. Kennywood's Holiday Lights kick off a 13th season tonight. News Radio KDKA's Tamira Rush has more details.
Lindsay Winters, Palace Entertainment Communications Director, tells me during this holiday season, Kennywood is introducing its largest expansion by adding characters from Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer.
So we have Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer immersive walk through the whole kind of zone section of the park that's Rudolph themed. And then throughout the park, we have more than 3 million lights. We have an all-new light show around the iconic Kennywood Lagoon.
The park will also feature some festive holiday foods featuring hot toddies, peppermint milkshakes, warm pretzels, and more. You can also have dinner with Santa buffet style from November 23rd through December 23rd in the End Zone Cafe. Tamira Rush, News Radio, KDKA.
Monterey, California police confirmed that there was a sexual assault accusation and investigation into President-elect Trump's defense secretary, Pete Hegseth, back in 2017. However, police did not prosecute, and Hegseth's attorney points out that the incident was a consensual sex act. It has put more focus on Donald Trump's choice of the Fox News host, who served in the War on Terror as a member of the Army's National Guard. CBS News' Jake Rosen is following the transition outside Mar-a-Lago.
This is all in the context of other appointments that Trump has made. People like Matt Gaetz, people like Robert F. Kennedy Jr., people who are maybe more contentious in terms of a partisan battle within the GOP over someone who was a military veteran and a person who on Fox News was very pro-Trump and, again, earned his loyalty in the final stages of this decision.
On Wall Street today, stocks are down. We're currently looking at the Dow down to 350 points. The Nasdaq is down 440 points, and the S&P 500 is lower by 82 points. KDKA Sports, the WPIAL football playoffs, powered by Bowser Chevrolet, resume tonight. Here's play-by-play man Dan Zangrilli.
Tonight it's Bethel, Pine Richland. Tomorrow afternoon at 12 from Norwin High School, the 4A title game. It's McKeesport TJ, and then at night it's the 6 p.m. 6A showdown, Central Catholic North Allegheny.
All three games are on KDKA Radio, and our coverage will start tonight with the Sword Out Financial Kickoff Show at 6. In college basketball, Pitt hosts WVU in the Backyard Brawl, and the Pens will play the Blue Jackets in Columbus. News brought to you by PJ Fitzpatrick. Need a new roof or just want us to repair a small leak? Trust PJ.com. KDK Radio News Time 104. Learn how the Inflation Reduction Act is impacting your Medicare plan next year. Contact Dina Schmidt at One Health Benefits, 724-799-8873. Right now, it's drizzling with 52 degrees being the temperature in Pittsburgh. The AccuWeather forecast is next.
Every Tuesday morning at 7:20, listen for Inside Independence Health, a look at all things healthcare with the experts from Independence Health System. It's brought to you by Independence Health System. Expert care here.
You want the perfect Saturday night, Friday night, whatever night? Seriously, Oakmont. With the Oakmont Restaurant King, JK. 2 spots. Started out Saturday night at Vinny's. Insane appetizers, drinks. Right next door, Michael A's for dinner. Unbelievable handmade, homemade Italian food. Vinny's, Michael A's, Oakmont. Check it out. It rocks.
The 2024 WPIAL Football Championships are here, live from Norwin High School this Saturday. In 4A, rivals McKeesport and Thomas Jefferson meet at noon. Then at 6 p.m., it's a heavyweight showdown between North Allegheny and Pittsburgh Central Catholic in the 6A classification. Buy your tickets at gofan.co/WPIAL. Tickets are $5 for students, $7 for adults, and $7 at the gate. Enjoy the first of 2 WPIAL Football Championship weekends starting this Saturday at Norwin High School.
Are you worried about the state of the economy? Concerned about market crashes and rising inflation wiping out your savings? At Noble Gold Investments, we understand your fears and have a solution. Call us today at 1-888-403-1050. Imagine safeguarding you and your family with a tangible asset that has stood the test of time. Gold. With Noble Gold Investments, you can diversify your portfolio and protect your wealth from economic turmoil. Our team will guide you through the process, ensuring you make informed decisions that best suit your needs. Call Noble Gold Investments today at 1-888-403-1050. That's 1-888-403-1050. The future is uncertain. Take control now. Call 1-888-403-1050.
Past performance may not be indicative of future results. Investing in precious metals, including gold, involves risks. Consult with your tax attorney or financial professional before making an investment decision.
Hi, I'm Brian, owner of Awesome Electrical Services. If you want your home's electrical system to be awesome, call Awesome Electrical Services, 412-331-8999, or awesomeelectricalservices.com to schedule a free estimate with me today.
The KDKA AccuWeather forecast is brought to you by JP Roofing and Siding, Pittsburgh's #1 Platinum Preferred Roofing Replacement Contractor. Call 412-829-7711.
Overcast gray skies with a bit of rain and drizzle for the rest of today, along with some fog, the high 56. Tonight, cloudy and damp, a bit of drizzle in places, though 45. Improving weather tomorrow as clouds break for some sun, high 55. For AccuWeather, I'm Joe Lundberg, 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
The following is an editorial by KDKA Radio Senior Vice President Market Manager Michael Spacciapoli.
With a developer about to start construction of the $740 million Esplanade project on the North Shore and plans for a $600 million revitalization of downtown, the last thing Pittsburgh needs is a budget with fewer police officers. Mayor Ed Gainey's 2025 spending plan budgets for 50 fewer officers at a time when the police force is understaffed. And the last thing the county needs is 40 fewer officers. But that's a possible cut if County Executive Sarah Innamorato doesn't get a property tax hike. Talk about misplaced priorities. For example, on Thursday, Bloomfield residents at a community meeting told police the lack of police presence is encouraging criminal activity like thefts and vandalism. An officer told them the department is trying to bring back a beat system, but also said a lower than ideal number of officers is an obstacle. The county and city should make public safety a priority and invest accordingly, especially with $1.3 billion in development on the line. Both the Esplanade and downtown projects need the full cooperation of the public sector to succeed.
This has been an editorial by KDKA Radio Senior Vice President Market Manager Michael Spacciapoli. To view a transcript, go to kdkaradio.com.
The voice of Pittsburgh. 100.1 FM and AM 1020. KDKA.
That was SPAC talking about all that investment. He's right about both. The investment's awesome, but none of it works without law and order. In fact, I know a lot of the guys throwing all this money at downtown. Aaron Stauber is a friend. He has $1 billion worth of real estate. And he owns the Gulf Tower. He's going to put $50 million of his own money, turning the Gulf Tower into an insane hotel and unbelievable apartments. He will not do it unless there's cops downtown. I know Lucas Pyatt. Probably that investment, the Esplanade, is going to cost him $200 million of his own money. He won't do it unless they fix the problem with crime downtown. You got to have law and order. There's no other way. Without law and order, nothing works. You can't just build a big building and say, oh, it's cool, everything's fine. It doesn't work that way. Prime example, the South Side. Living example, the South Side. In this amazing church that's been over there, 150 years? Is it 150 years, Patrick? And these wonderful women at this church. They have this pierogi sale every year. And the money from the pierogi sale keeps the church open. This is just a fact. And without the pierogi sales, the church goes away. And so every year we've been helping them because there's this disgusting homeless encampment under the McCardle Roadway Bridge, which is it 50 yards, 70 yards from the front of the church? And some sketchy dudes in there. We've had a guy come at us with a bayonet. A guy came at us with a big wrench. The ladies in the church found a dead body from the homeless camp outside the church. Guy tried to break in, fell and broke his leg. Guy came in during a service, one of the junkies from the camp, and stole a poor woman's purse while she was on the altar during Mass. All this keeps people from buying pierogi. So, it's my goal this year to stay on this, to keep the... And by the way, the cops have been going down there now more and more. I was there yesterday. It's still kind of sketch, quite frankly. And I wanted to kind of bring two folks that mean a lot to this discussion, that mean a lot to this church, and a lot to the future of the South Side. Rich Shipka, good afternoon, sir. How are you?
Outstanding, Marty. How are you?
Without law and order, nothing good happens, right?
Absolutely. I mean, Southside's a prime example. Right now, because of the lack of public safety for the last 4 years, we have 33% vacancy on East Carson Street, and it's terrible. It's terrible.
Okay, so Rich is my man. He's the one who kind of pointed out the problems that the church was having, and so he met me down there yesterday. You came walking out the side door of the church, and what did I point towards, and what did we see?
The police were up there chasing somebody for a warrant.
They were. They were. There were cops in the woods looking for some guy. Right?
Exactly, yeah. I mean, the encampment has probably about 50 to 100 people living there, tents everywhere. And I don't know how they could tell who's who, and you're going through, they're going through, these tents, and there's needles everywhere. You saw the needles when we were down there.
Everywhere.
And so all these police, now they're in danger of getting stabbed by, a needle with whatever's on it.
It's true. And in the middle of this are these wonderful, wonderful women at this church, right?
Yeah, every person down there is over 70, and they have to deal with these miscreants every time they go down to take care of that church.
And I wanted to bring my favorite person from the church on. Hi, Irene. How are you?
I'm good, Marty. How are you?
So you came to me with a problem, and tell us about the church, how long it's been there, and what you're trying to do this year.
Okay, the church has been there at least 135 years. And what we're trying to do this year is really to sell our pierogies to keep our church going.
Right. And what's the name of the church?
St. John the Baptist Ukrainian Catholic Church.
And how long has it been there?
Like I said, 135 years.
Wow. And we were there yesterday, walking around, and right outside the doors, the cops were there looking for this guy in this homeless encampment. That has scared the heck out of people, hasn't it?
I peeked out the door because I saw you get out of the car and run up the hill. And I peeked out and I saw the two police cars and a policeman up almost close to the railroad tracks.
And right now on our live stream, Patrick is streaming a video of myself with Rich and the cops. And there were thousands of syringes, and the cops are actually looking in the bushes for someone, and they have warrants on them. So, Irene, what we're trying to do is sell some pierogi. Tell folks how they can do that and when they can do that, when they can buy this stuff.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
The orders are taken on Tuesdays and Wednesdays from 8:30 until noon, and you can pick them up on Thursdays from 11 o'clock until 3 o'clock. Now, what we have is 7 different varieties: potato, sauerkraut, kraut and kobasi, bacon and chives, jalapeno, cottage cheese, mixed, and they're all $10 like they were last year. Now, pickup days are going to be November 14th and the 21st. We break for Thanksgiving, And we'll be back 2 days in December, the 5th and the 12th, and we close then for the holidays.
Give us a number, an easy number to get a hold of you.
Okay, 412-481-5022.
481-5022.
Yes, and we are on the corner of 7th Street and Carson Street on the south side.
Has it helped having this coverage the last few days to get people down there?
Wonderful.
Okay.
The day I talked to you live streaming with Rich, we were talking about it, and I mentioned we were making Piddle here at that point. And the next day, yesterday, people were coming in telling us that they heard it on the radio. Good. And they were coming in to buy Piddle here. Piddle here.
We're going to sell you out, my dear. I love you. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for calling, Marty.
And Rich, as I said, and as you said time and time again, without law and order, none of this works, does it, sir?
Not at all. I mean, we've been talking about this for 4 years, Marty.
We have.
Until we take the streets back, we cannot. Nothing else. Nothing survives. Nothing sustainable if you can't take the streets back with the, with the police. And cutting the police force from 850 to 800 might be the dumbest thing I've ever heard.
It's one of them. They better find a way to hire some damn cops, or it's just going to get worse, brother. And they better get him a raise.
No doubt.
Thanks, my man. Thanks, Irene.
Okay, thank you very much.
I like how she says Parahi. It's absolutely beautiful. I can't do it. Parahi. And how they spell it is absolutely magnificent. And she's a wonderful woman. And I'm going to talk about it until we fix it. But if you can, please buy the Parahi. That's how I screw it up, and I apologize. 412-481-5022. Write this down, please. Sell them out, folks. They're delicious, by the way. 412-481-5022. 412-481-5022.
All the news you need for your day and the sports, music, and podcasts you love are all on the free Odyssey app. Download now.
Ooma. What was that? That is business phone bliss with the Ooma cloud phone system. It handles all our voice, video, and messaging needs.
You sound very
calm. I am. Ooma has everything I need to run my business more efficiently, like virtual receptionist, call routing, and video conferencing. And it starts at just $19.95 per month per user, plus taxes and fees.
Ooma.
Nice. Find your business comm at ooma.com/radio.
If fashion is your thing, eBay is it. eBay's where I find all my favorites, from handbags to iconic streetwear, all authenticated. For real. This time, a little Supreme, some Gucci. I even have that vintage Prada on my watch list. That's why eBay's my go-to for all my go-tos. Yeah, eBay. The place for new, pre-loved, vintage, and rare fashion. eBay. Things people love.
UPMC, life-saving, life-changing information. Amazing. Listeners know how much family means to me. Here's another local family that I love. Sam, Stephen, Calvin, cousins, and the owners of CNS Cousins Construction. Roofing, siding, decks, windows, doors. They do it all. It's not like calling your cousin Ted, who excelled in shop class. No, I've seen the work of CNS Cousins Construction. Call the cousins. 989-COUSINS. Sam, Stephen, Calvin, dedicated to making your vision come to life with craftsmanship and care. CNS Cousins, 989-COUSINS.
I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. Today, we're the largest injury firm in the world, and I'm thankful to you for trusting us all these years. We'll always be here for the people, not the powerful. Injured? The choice is easy. Morgan & Morgan. Visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
The Season of Performance event is happening now at Spitzer Acura. We're rolling out the red carpet and unleashing huge Black Friday savings all month long. Plus, available low financing rates, 0 down leases, top dollar trade allowances, and with any new Acura, get a no-charge lifetime warranty, complimentary maintenance, and a loaner during service. Hurry, our friendly consultants are ready to help you now.
Whack more. Spend less at Spitzer Acura McMurray.
Our world revolves around you. See dealer for details.
Every time I go into the offices of Physical, that's F-Y-Z-I-C-A-L in Monroeville, where I get physical therapy, to help my balance, I see a room full of patients waiting that heard how much it's helped me on this talk show. And it's so rewarding. F-Y-Z-I-C-A-L, 412-457-8200, right behind the Monroeville Mall. Look, I had chemo and radiation, jacked up my balance. It doesn't anymore. Physical. F-Y-Z-I-C-A-L. It works.
Is your home ready for the holidays? Beat the holiday rush and call our cleaning heroes at Zero Res. 3 rooms of carpet clean starting at just $129 and take $75 off air duct cleaning. Book online anytime at ZeroResPGH.com.
Do you have shoe boxes full of old videotapes and photos with memories you'd love to share with the family this Christmas? Right now, get exclusive early access to Legacy Box's biggest deal of the year. Digitize your memories for just $9 per tape. That's right, only $9 to preserve and share your precious moments. VHS, VHS-C, Hi-8, film reels, and more, saving you over $15 per item. Not to mention, when you digitize your memories now, Legacy Box sends all your memories back on the cloud, so they're easy to access by Christmas, and you can relive them with your family just in time for the holidays. You've heard about Legacy Box all year, but now is the best time to digitize your memories. Hurry, this $9 deal won't last long. Head to legacybox.com/value for early access to our best deal of the year. Don't wait. Secure your digitized memories by Christmas at legacybox.com/value.
Download the Par-Mar Rewards app today for some big gas and grocery savings. Dan Zangrili here to tell you that loyalty has its rewards at Par-Mar stores. Remember, if there's not a Par-Mar store near you now, there will be soon.
Everything you need, every time you listen. 100.1 FM and AM 1020. KDKA.
The Eagles. Yeah. Cool. Oh, wow. There's this wild offer now out there regarding the Pirates, and I don't talk about sports much, but this is kind of wild. They are asking you if you can find, this is wild. This is wild. If you can find this rookie card of, what's his name? Skeens? Paul Skeens. If you can find this rookie card, it's autographed, Paul Skeens. Who has it? I mean, where is it? Lost out there somewhere? I don't get it. Is it lost out there somewhere? I mean, how does it get lost? If you can find it, oh, there's only one. Okay. Is that Robbie? I hope he calls me. I'm trying to get this figured out. Because they're offering you this crazy stuff if you find this rookie card of Paul Skeens, who, by the way, that young man was raised right. And he has this insanely cute girlfriend who looks just like my niece, Mara. Okay, so they put this offer out there, and my man Robbie is one of my favorite people, but on top of that, he's a baseball savant. He's going to explain this. Robbie, what's up?
Marty, what's happening?
All right, so explain this to me.
I just got your text. I'm just seeing it for the first time when you just sent me this.
So this card's out there somewhere, this autographed card, right?
Yeah. So that started a couple of years. Do you want to know the story behind it real quick?
No, I don't know it. That's why I called you. I love you.
All right. So a couple of years ago, Major League Baseball put these debut patches on jerseys for players. Obviously making their major league debut with the thought in mind that they were going to go into a Topps card. So it was a deal that Major League Baseball had with Topps, the primary card maker, and they were going to be one-of-one cards. So there's only one of these that exist in the world.
Oh,
and
wow.
I spent this past season. So it started, I want to say, 3 years ago. I remember Jose Hernandez, a pitcher for the Pirates, was the only one making his debut on opening day that day, and I did a story on that for TV on AT&T Sportsnet when that happened. So what's neat about that now, though, is a lot of players are chasing down their one-of-one cards. So I spent some time this year with the Texas Rangers
of course.
In the same role working for them, and their starting third baseman is a guy named Josh Young. He actually reaches out to card collectors that have it. He's trying to collect all of his one-of-one cards out there, and he trades off like autographed bats or, like a signed bat or like batting practice passes or like a signed jersey, that kind of thing. So this is becoming a real big thing. Oh. Now, I have no idea what the value of the Skeens card would be. My guess, it's got to be off the chart. Somebody could probably might be able to pay off a mortgage with that card.
So they're looking for this card, and the Pirates are offering 2 Pirate season tickets behind home plate for the next 30 years, meet and greet with Paul Skeens, 2 Paul Skeens autographed jerseys, softball game for 30 at PNC Park with coaching from the Pirates alumni, private tour of Pirate City and Lecom Park, and then Livy Dunn, who's his girlfriend, who's adorable. Yeah. Let's raise the stakes. The person who finds the card can sit with me at the Pirate game in my suite. Now,
so somebody has that. I don't know who has it or what kind of collector, but the collecting industry has gotten pretty dirty over the last couple of decades.
Oh, has it? Oh.
Yeah, because what happens is a lot of people will buy them up and then they'll just charge an obnoxious price for something that shouldn't have an obnoxious price. But with these 1-of-1, so that patch and that card so that is the patch that was on his jersey when he made his major league debut.
Oh, and how did it get out? How did it get out to the public? This one patch. How?
Because were you paying attention?
I was, but you're hard to follow sometimes. So who has
League Baseball on top?
So
what they wear it and it gets authenticated and then it gets placed into a card.
Wow.
So that is a game-worn patch. So Skeens wore that for 1 game in his debut. So that is why it is a true 1-of-1. And then you add his autograph on it.
Oh.
Obviously, that's going to increase the value as well.
And some anonymous person has this, right?
Correct. So every player for the last, I want to say, Marty, it was like, I'd have to look this up because you caught me off guard. I don't know when this started, but I think it was like 2022. Maybe, I don't think it was 23. I think it was 2022 when Major League Baseball, and I have to check my facts, it could be 2023, but what they do is every player that makes their Major League debut for the last couple years has that patch on their jersey just for their debut only. Wow. And then it goes into a card.
And then that card, someone gets it randomly in a pack?
I don't know how. I would guess, yeah. It's either in a pack or it goes out like that. So it goes out into the world of collectors.
Wow.
And my hope for humanity is that a true baseball card collector and a fan of the game is who has that ball, gets that card, and is able to trade it, give it back to Skeens, and have a cool experience.
I like the whole thing, but if I got a patch and it's worth $1 million, I ain't doing that. I want my money, honey.
I don't know. You should look at what that value would be. You should try doing some work for once, Marty.
Yeah, whatever.
Try, look it up. See what the value would be.
Robbie Ingemanglowski. Thanks, brother.
Love you, Marty.
I love this thing. Go ahead, Patrick. Sorry, buddy.
Topps is offering $50,000 for these patches.
Oh, wow. Patch. Well, so that's where it begins. I love the whole thing. I love the publicity. I love Skeens. I love Livy Dunn. I love what it's done for this town. I love his attitude. I love how he was raised. I love it, the whole process, and it's cool. I wish I had found the card. I don't know if I'd be trading it in. I don't care where Livy Dunn sits. I'm star. But if it's worth $100,000, as Patrick said, I'm taking the money. I'm going to say, thank you, Pirates. Good for you. We love you. Miss you. Mean it.
I'm here for PJ Fitzpatrick. I've got to tell you, don't go with just any guy to replace your roof. Choose PJ Fitzpatrick. Why choose the B team when you could get the A team from PJ Fitzpatrick? Trust PJ Fitzpatrick to get your roof done right with a lifetime guarantee on materials and labor. PJ Fitzpatrick has thousands of 5-star reviews and over 40 years of experience. Plus, they can install most roofs in one day. Visit trustpj.com today to set up a free design consultation and take advantage of the fall promotions.
We all want more. More laughs. More hangouts. More, this is the best takeout ever. Excuse me. But if you're 75 or older or 60 or older with certain health conditions, you've also got more risk of getting seriously sick from RSV. But an RSV vaccine lowers your risk, so you can keep doing more of the stuff you love.
Paid for by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services. Risk less, do more. Get started at vaccines.gov.
From the Aetna Medicare Solutions Studio.
Proud to be the voice of Pittsburgh. 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
It's 51 degrees at Pittsburgh International. At 1:30, I'm David Ballarado. A new study commissioned by the Pennsylvania Insurance Department finds that ACA Marketplace health insurer provider directories are often incomplete or completely wrong, leading to consumers being hit with delays in getting care or surprise out-of-network charges. The study done by Texas A&M looked at listings for nearly 7,000 healthcare providers listed in Pennsylvania's Affordable Care Act directories. Only 13% had accurate contact information. Nearly 44% of the providers had incorrect contact information, and they also found inaccuracies between carriers. Insurance Commissioner Michael Humphrey says the directories must be accurate. A widely traveled Cranberry Township roadway experiencing some new restrictions. News Radio KDKA's Greg McAtee has the details.
PennDOT District 10 has announced that until further notice in Cranberry Township, no left turns will be allowed at intersections with Freedom Road between Haynes School and Lovi Roads. There is a posted detour to direct motorists around the closures. This is the latest phase of the Freedom Road expansion project, which will include road widening, turn lanes, and other improvements. Greg McAtee, News Radio, KDKA.
Kennywood's holiday lights kick off tonight, and the amusement park says it'll offer more than ever to see. Here's News Radio KDK's Tamira Rush.
Lindsay Winters, Palace Entertainment Communications Director, tells me Kennywood is celebrating their 13th anniversary of holiday lights with 10 ways to join in the joy.
Our all-new Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer experience, an all-new Santa experience in the Lost Kennywood section of the park. The Racer roller coaster will be running for the first time ever. So there's really a ton to do for everybody.
Holiday Lights runs Fridays 5 p.m. to 9 p.m., Saturdays and Sundays from 3 p.m. to 9 p.m., November 15th through December 23rd, and daily starting December 26th through January 1st. Tamira Rush, News Radio, KDKA.
On Wall Street, the Dow is down 311 points. The Nasdaq is down 456, and the S&P 500 also down 82 points. KDKA Radio News Time 1:32. Our next update's at 2. I'm David Ballarado on the Voice of Pittsburgh, News Radio KDKA.
Are you looking for Medicare Advantage coverage? Aetna has Medicare Advantage plans that include prescription drug coverage with a 0 monthly plan premium. Plus, the plans include benefits like dental, vision, and hearing. Call Aetna today at 1-888-76-AETNA to learn more.
One of our licensed agents will answer your call.
Aetna Medicare is an HMO PPO plan with a Medicare contract. Our DSNPs also have contracts with state Medicaid programs. Enrollment in our plans depends on contract renewal. Plan features and availability may vary by service area.
Why'd the kid jump off the boat?
I don't know. Why?
Peer pressure.
Oh. Good one, Ned.
Ned isn't funny, but Ned owns a boat, and you don't. So every time Ned tells another one of his unfunny boat puns, you're going to laugh loud and keep on laughing until you get a boat of your own.
A pier where you put a boat.
Yeah, I get it.
And when you do get a boat of your own, make sure you save money by bundling it with your home, auto, or other vehicles with Progressive. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and other insurers. Not available in all states.
Right now at Wendy's, you can get a small Frosty for $1. And literally everyone is going. The car behind you, going to get a $1 Frosty. The car ahead of you, already had one, going for a second. The person who cut you off earlier, you guessed it, $1 Frosty. Maybe it's all a sign for you to go get one. Just don't cut anyone off. No one likes that person. The iconic Frosty for $1, gotta be Wendy's.
Limited time only at participating U.S. Wendy's. Not valid in a combo. Prices may be higher in Alaska, Hawaii, California, and via third-party delivery.
The KDKA AccuWeather forecast is brought to you by JP Roofing and Siding, Pittsburgh's #1 Platinum Preferred Roofing Replacement Contractor. Call 412-829-7711.
Areas of dense fog persisting through midday. Otherwise, it'll be cloudy and damp the rest of today with occasional rain and drizzle and a high of 56. Cloudy tonight with spotty drizzle and a low of 45. For AccuWeather, I'm meteorologist Joe Lundberg, 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
Share all the holiday joy this season with the convenient shipping and enhanced network of the United States Postal Service. Visit USPS.com/holiday ride.
The KDKA radio text line is driven by Kenny Ross Auto Group. Find your best deal and Pittsburgh's best warranty at kennyross.com.
Got a couple things to talk about involving health and cancer. Number one, this young woman reached out to me last night and had me very upset and had me calling a bunch of big shots and a bunch of doctors who kind of get where I'm coming from. Because in medical facilities around the country, there is a dearth of radiologists, quite frankly. what do? They read PET scans, CT scans, stuff like that. Patrick, how long? Patrick's wife has had, this is public, I'm not sandbagging him. His wife's had 2 surgeries for brain tumors. And she's healthy right now, but it's very stressful. There were times, and I don't remember, and I know you do. There were times when you had to wait how long for test results? Scans.
Well, yeah, she would do her scan to see, if her tumor had grown or if there was a regrowth.
And you're freaked out.
The appointment to actually have someone read it wasn't for like 3 weeks.
Jesus.
3 weeks, 4 weeks.
Wow. So that's that. Let me use my sister Barb as an example. She has pancreatic cancer. And by the way, she's doing well, considering. What does that mean? It means that she still has cancer, but it's not advancing. Chemo, radiation, and she's a hero. I mean, the way she manages it. The last time she had a scan, took him 10 days to call her with the results. My sister Sandy Tresser has worked for UPMC her whole life. She's a superstar. Waited well over a week for her CT scan results. This young lady, this is what kind of the tipping point for me. Her name's Noelle, and she sent me this. She had the test, a scan October 22nd, waiting to determine if a lesion on her kidney was malignant or benign. So this young woman gets a scan, and think about this, because I've been there. When you have a scan, and that scan is going to tell you whether you're going to live or die in some cases, or definitely whether you have cancer or not, and you can't get it for, well, what is today's date? I'm sorry for being an idiot. What is today's date, Patrick? The 15th. And so she had the scan on November 22nd. October 22nd. I apologize. And I raised hell last night because this is enough. I snapped, actually. I apologize for that. But she still hadn't had her scan read, and she's thinking, I don't know if I have cancer on my kidneys. And so what I found out is that there is a dearth of radiologists around the country, and the crap has hit the fan. And in many cases, they don't know what the hell to do. Just for a reference point, when I had cancer, and this was 4 years ago, and Patrick knows this because he was there. If I had a scan, this is no lie. If I had a scan at 10 in the morning, the radiologist came in at 10:30 with the results. It's just the truth. They saved my life. They did backflips for my mother and my father when they had scans and they were sick. All these nurses and doctors have lost it because of what's going on. Much of it is what happened with COVID. 23% of the nurses quit or retired. 23%. It's a crap show. And it's like 15-hour days and traveling nurses and crazy costs. And the same with radiologists. You looked it up. It's a big, big shortage around the country. Didn't you say thousands? Did we look this up?
Oh, yeah. There are thousands short across the country.
Thousands.
And the deal is, it used to be, you get your scan, a radiologist reviews your scans,
right,
and then that information gets relayed to your doctor. You used to have to wait sometimes a week or 2 or 3 to get to your doctor to get your results. But now the doctors aren't even getting the results from the radiologist. So they can't even get to you sooner because they're not getting them.
It sucks. So, truth is, I called everyone. And Don Yealy is a friend. He's the chief medical officer at UPMC. He's actually a friend. I love the guy. First of all, he's one of the smartest men in America. He's one of the best doctors on earth. And he's a good guy. And he said, I know, man. I'm on the phone right now with my chief radiologist, and change is happening. And they promised that. I'm not picking on anyone. I'm just telling you, man, it's a crap show. They got radiologists reading scans from hospitals in Harrisburg. And so, long story short, they called this young lady this morning who got me going last night. And these are the things that I get worked up about. Why wouldn't I? This beautiful young woman, who I don't know, by the way, at all, sends me this note, and I'm sitting there in tears thinking, Jesus. Her name's Noelle. I won't give you her last name. She waited, what is it? Excuse my math. So that's 1 week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks. 3 weeks. Pushing over 3 weeks to wait for the results of a scan to see if she has kidney cancer. And that's just not acceptable, man. And she's freaking out. And by the way, she finally got the results this morning, and it's benign. And so it's life-changing stuff. But it doesn't take away from the dramatic situation we're in with healthcare. It's wild. I have a bunch of family members that are nurses. My sister Sandy Tresser is probably the best nurse I've ever known, but I'm loyal and I'm biased, but she's a super nurse, Sandy Tresser. Both of her daughters are nurses. My niece Caroline is a nurse. Seriously, the whole family. And every day they save lives, and they love it and the opportunity to make a difference and save lives. But they're just as frustrated because if they get tests, my own sister Sandy couldn't get her scans read. That's a problem, man. And folks don't want to hear this. It'll be fine. No, it won't. And there's no easy solution. There's no easy answer. It's just, as Patrick mentioned, so if you have thousands of openings for radiologists around the country, and what happened was a lot of people said to hell with it and quit. I know a radiologist who quit. Lives in my neighborhood. He snapped. He had enough. Can't do it anymore. The money's a problem. The hours are a problem. The workload's a problem. And what that does is creates a backlog. And it's rough. And there's nothing worse. And Patrick knows this because God bless him, man. He bears all the brunt of all this stress and anxiety. Think about his wife's young. Think about the stress of this. Your wife has had 2 brain tumors. And you're waiting on tests. And you don't know if she has a third. And you don't know if it grew. And you can't get the damn scans read. And it ain't right. And we got to fix it. But by the way, I've been promised, and these guys don't renege on their promises, that they're all over this. And that they're changing this as we speak and dedicating more people to this. If you ever have an issue, you got to email me, and I'll address it. I get very sensitive about this stuff because I know. I remember laying there with my wife when I would wait on a scan, a PET scan, especially after like a year or post-radiation, post-chemo, and honestly, you don't know if you're going to live or die. And you wait for a phone call, man, and the phone call doesn't come for weeks, and you're laying in bed every night thinking, I could die. I think I'm going to die. I hope I don't die. That's where we're at. That's what happened to that young lady who reached out to me last night. She's very relieved right now because she has the scan shows benign. Go ahead, Greg.
Hey, Marty. Hey, I just had something to add about what's going on with what you're talking about.
Yep.
I am aware and actually had an investment in a company that does scan reading for mammograms.
Oh, wow.
And I don't know if you're aware of it, but what I found out was these mammograms need a double read by 2 different radiologists.
Oh.
And
well, some of them are real tough to read. I know that.
That slows down the whole process. But what's coming on and is actually available right now is AI can read these scans more accurate than a radiologist.
We've heard some of this anecdotally, Patrick.
The studies that they've done result in a 24% improvement in positive identification of cancer in mammograms.
I mean, we've read some of this. And we've talked about it anecdotally, but I hear this is the next wave.
Yeah, they're still testing it, though.
Yeah, I don't know if it
quite
will.
a ways out from.
But
it's out there. You're right. You're right. But in the meantime, Greg, it's hell laying there waiting for a test to come back. Right?
I can't imagine the anxiety.
No, man. That's a great call. And by the way, he said something really significant and astoundingly true. I saw a piece in the Wall Street Journal about this. They're going to start using AI to read scans. And look, they're talking about using it for diagnosis and cancer research and all those things. But as Patrick just said, it's kind of nascent. It's at its birth. It's a seminal moment for this, and it's exciting as hell. But today, if you're waiting for a PET scan to see if you're going to live or die, and you're waiting for 3 weeks, it's a crap show. And don't think that doctors don't care and administrators don't care. That's just not it at all. They just got buried in it, man. And climbing out of it is not and has not been easy. It just hasn't.
Did you know that now you can listen to all your favorite stations, including this one, shows, and even podcasts, all on the Odyssey app? Download it now.
You want the perfect Saturday night, Friday night, whatever night? Seriously, Oakmont. With the Oakmont Restaurant King, JK. 2 spots. Started out Saturday night at Vinny's. Insane apps, appetizers, drinks. Right next door, Michael A's for dinner. Unbelievable handmade, homemade Italian food. Vinny's, Michael A's, Oakmont. Check it out. It rocks.
Hey, it's Matt, your leaf filter trusted pro. Gutters are an often neglected part of the home. They're also one of the most important. Clogged, overflowing gutters can cause serious problems like foundation damage or basement flooding, which can cost thousands of dollars to fix. Let's face it, cleaning gutters yourself is not only a hassle, it can be dangerous. But when you get Leaf Filter, you'll never have to worry about cleaning clogged gutters again. Get started today by calling 844-300-LEAF to schedule your free inspection. If you decide to move forward, we'll professionally clean, realign, and seal your gutters before installing our patented stainless steel micro mesh system. Leaf Filter keeps out everything but the water, and it's backed by a lifetime transferable no clogs warranty, so you're protected for good. We're in your neighborhood and ready to help. Call Leaf Filter today for a free inspection and estimate and to save up to 30%. Dial 844-300-LEAF. That's 844-300-LEAF.
For the past 3 seasons of Gone South, we've covered 1 story per season. Now, Gone South is back for a 4th season. But this time, we're doing things a little differently. In Gone South Season 4, we'll be bringing you news stories every week with no end in sight. Listen to and follow Gone South, an Odyssey original podcast, on the free Odyssey app and wherever you get your podcasts.
Celebrate the holidays with Oliver Flowers. Family owned for 95 years. Always open for easy ordering at oliverflowers.com, where you'll find arrangements, orchid plants, European gardens, and more gift ideas too. Go to oliverflowers.com today.
While you sleep, there are people you've never met who are working hard to make your morning. People who get up at ungodly hours to make sure you get the information you want while you sleep. People who dedicate their lives to make yours better while you sleep. These people come together during the Big K Morning Show with Larry Richard, 5:30 to 10 in the morning, to make sure you have the best news, traffic, and weather to start your day. Wake up to your friends. Weekday mornings on the Voice of Pittsburgh, 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
My house has a new glow. I love my windows. Universal Windows Direct.
For every 2 windows you buy, you get 2 free. There is no limit. Universal Windows Direct, 412-545-6003. 412-545-6003.
I love my windows. They've got that brand new home effect. Universal Windows Direct.
Injured? Call the expert personal injury attorneys at Shenderovich in Fishman. They handle all types of injury cases. Their fee is only 25%, not 40% like other law firms. They're smart, aggressive, experienced, and have a 99.7% success rate, so that means they win. Car accidents, 25%. Motorcycle wrecks, tractor-trailer crashes, dog bites, any accident, only 25%. Shenderovich in Fishman, 888-98-TWINS. They've got your back, not your wallet.
And now for a business news update from the Pittsburgh Business Times. I'm managing editor Mike Larson. In what may be its most consequential board meeting in some time, the board of the Urban Redevelopment Authority of Pittsburgh yesterday voted into place key funding mechanisms to help kickstart $600 million in redevelopment activity, as well as to establish a value capture district to create a $740 million mixed-use neighborhood on the Ohio riverfront. The URA board voted forward the funding allocation plan to front $10.35 million in URA funding and to approve the allocation of $18 million in state grants to move forward 6 downtown building conversions and 1 renovation plan expected to add nearly 1,000 units to the Golden Triangle as part of a $600 million in public-private announcement 2 weeks ago by Pennsylvania Governor Josh Shapiro as a reinvention strategy for the Central Business District. Also, NVIDIA has tapped Carnegie Mellon University startup Ultron AI to join its Inception Accelerator program. The startup utilizes computer vision, a form of technology where artificial intelligence is able to analyze visual data from images and videos to help retailers optimize operations. Born out of 2 decades of AI research, the startup can offer self-checkout, self-monitoring, and in-store analytics. For more on these stories and other local business news, log on to pittsburghbusinesstimes.com. I'm Mike Larson.
Everything you need, every time you listen. 100.1 FM and AM 1020. KDKA.
There's this little angel. Her name's JC. If you listen on a regular basis, or you have, we first met her several years ago, actually right when I was really sick, and she had cancer. And at the time, it was declared to be terminal brain cancer. She was 13 years old. And Richard Bazzi got engaged with this, big time. Richard got her a car. We brought Santa to her house. Ricky D, remember that? We brought Ricky D to her house. I brought my kids to her house. Actually, Patrick brought his whole family to her house. Her mother's amazing. We put a stove in the house. We had food. We had a lot of stuff and thousands of dollars. And I don't want an award here. We had a big, massive birthday party for you. Remember that, Patrick? It was crazy. Hundreds of people. It was a beautiful thing. She's a charming as hell. And her mother became one of our closest allies and friends. And we followed JC along the way. And her mother is Marcy. And she, as most mothers do, she worships this little thing who had terminal brain cancer. Well, terminal ended up being not so terminal. And she fought back and had what you would consider to be a rather productive life. She went to school. She went to dances. And we followed along with it. And I followed along with Marcy. But as what happens with life and JC, you move on because you think she's cool. Honestly, you do. Because she was clean, cancer-free for almost 3 years. And at that point, they're like, okay, you're cool. And again, she had a very serious brain cancer. So my boy Billy, who I love because he cares and he has a big brain, he pays attention to all media, saw a post from JC's mom a couple days ago. And JC's very sick again. And in fact, her mom said she isn't feeling well. Her temperature spiked and her blood pressure dropped. She also had radiation today at noon. She's 16 years old now. And she has a very rare form of brain cancer that is in her spine. It's called as if it matters, ATRT cancer. It's in her bone. And it's very unusual, and it's very rare, and it's very difficult. But her mom wanted me to tell all you folks, because people ask me about JC all the time. And she sent me a picture of her lying in bed, and all she does is smile. And as her mom says, everyone loves her. She smiles and laughs still. She can be very chatty. She's angry about the possibility of not being able to get out of the hospital because she's back in the hospital. And some of the treatment is very painful. But her mom sent me a picture of her from this morning. And she has got a smile ear to ear. And she's got her stuffed animals and her bunnies. And she says hi. But she had chemo today. She's on a radiation regimen as well. And the battle begins again. The thing about life is that you just never know. And as sophomoric and basic as that sounds, in a moment's notice, everything can change in a flash. You have a very healthy, a flourishing 16-year-old, then something happens. She gets a fever. Mommy thinks, oh, it's just a cold because she hasn't had cancer in 3.5 years. And then you get a couple tests, and she's back in the hospital again with a rare cancer that's in her spine. And it's very, very hard to beat kind of cancer. But the thing is, they beat it before, and for all intents and purposes, she will fight the good fight to beat it again. And Patrick, if you're watching our stream, is posting a significant number of pictures of JC. We spent Christmases with her. Richard Bazzi was amazing to her at Schultz Ford. He gave them a car, had them crying. It was very personal to Ariana Bazzi as well, his daughter, because she was at the house many times. Very personal to me and Patrick, because honestly, we brought our kids out there and celebrated Christmas with them. And my man, Ricky D, who plays Santa Claus, went to the house and played Santa. It's a team effort to keep people going and to keep people alive, and it's what we're blessed with the platform to do, and we can't lose hope. You cannot just say, to hell with it, I'm going to die. You cannot say, to hell with it, I give up. You cannot say, to hell with it, I'm screwed. I see this with folks that beat cancer every day, and they do. One of my boys sent me a note this week. He has the exact same cancer that I had, and he's now facing his fourth battle with that cancer. Fourth. 4 times he's beat it. You know what he says? Marty, I'll beat it again. Screw it. And without that attitude, you're lost. And that's why the support and the kindness from the folks here and the folks that listen to this platform and that offer cars and toys and treats and birthday parties and snacks, Oakmont Mater cakes and Santa Claus and kindness and love and doctors throughout the healthcare system that save lives every single day. None of this would work ever. But seeing JC's picture 2 days ago sent to me by Billy made my heart sink. But we got to stay positive, and you got to stick with love and kindness and consideration, because when you give up, they give up. As I say all the time, if you care, I care. When you stop caring, we stop caring about you. We will never, ever stop caring about you, JC. Her mommy said they would be listening this afternoon, but that she's too sick to get on the phone and to say hello. God bless you, JC. We're all in.
Honored to win the Marconi Award as the best news talk station in the country. 100.1 FM and AM 1020. KDKA.
The Village at St. Barnabas, the perfect place for mom.
Look, Julian Gray and I became good friends when my parents passed. And in those difficult times, I'll tell you what he did. He got us through it. Seriously, with estate planning, unbelievable. With managing